The holy aura is not just on Lothar, isn't that on everybody if you're within?
20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought it was just on you.
No, it's a 20-foot radius.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, cool. Then
I think that I have, the red circle around me.
Yeah.
That's it. I set that up to be that. So Gatto, Ilindar, Bardos, they're all in the holy aura. And as far as negative effects, the swarm is in the holy aura.
okay, perfect. Cool. Okay, yeah, the swarm, that swarm, and that's the one that didn't get blinded, correct? This one
I
here?
thought they both did, but
Yeah, they both did. Bardos did one, and
Well, there's three. There's three of them. Yeah. And what is this fella?
Would you say the yellow circle was and the orange circle and the gray circle?
the orange circle around me is holy aura. The
Oh,
yellow
this is-
circle is and these are just the ones around me, is my burst radius.
I don't see you. Oh.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
So there's another orange and yellow circle that
Yeah.
appear to be emanating from Flashheart.
Let me throw some torches in here.
Well, Flashheart maybe the yellow, but I think Storm maybe the
Storm's the
Storm's got
orange.
an orange one going, which is +4 from some saves, I think, or something.
Yeah, the protection people get for being in proximity to storm.
And +2 to AC if you're in that orange area.
Yeah.
+2 to AC.
Yeah, +2 to AC, +2 to saves.
Let's see if this does any work here. No, of course not. Why would it? That is crazy.
And then what's Flashheart's aura for?
Smiting, I believe.
I don't know.
And then I'm sorry, Chuck. What was yours again? Which
The
one is
orange
yours?
one is holy aura. The yellow one's not really relevant because that's who's included when I burst.
Yep.
So I pay attention to that at the time.
I don't think we can see that actually.
I can't either.
Just you
Hmm.
can.
So holy aura is a +4 deflection bonus to AC.
You
Yeah,
can throw
+4 to AC, +4 resistance and saves. Let's see, you get spell resistance 25%. Again, spells cast by evil creatures.
Spell resistance at 25 is awesome, just right there by itself.
And it protects you against mental influence spells as protection from evil does.
Yeah, it's really unpleasant.
And if you get attacked physically by an evil creature and you're in the holy aura, they have to save or go blind.
I think we need to make a saddle for you to ride on Storm's back.
I think it's a terrible idea. A terrible idea.
A palanquin for the priest.
So
That would be a +6 on AC, just being around the Lothar driven Storm.
Unless you miss stone skin too. I think everybody's got stone skin.
Oh yeah, that's true. Everybody does.
I've got bark skin on.
I don't think I do because I was out of the radius when it happened.
Yeah.
I think that might be. Yep.
I would love to have it, but I don't have it marked and I don't want to cheat this time.
Uh-huh.
Too busy trying to kill us all, right?
It's too late to start sucking up now. All right, hold on. Why is that not working the way I want it to? Oh, that's why. Here we go. Boom. There we go. All right. So I just put a couple of torches out there to so that we can get a better look at what's happening. So yeah, you guys saw saw the recap. You guys had finished things, came down here, found this portal. So a portal that Bardos in his with his arcane knowledge really sort of figured out a fair amount about. He rolled a really good knowledge arcane and really sort of found out that not only is it's a demonic portal, it is in the process of being made permanent. It probably avoided the scrutiny of the Sword of Valor by being off during the attack on the Citadel when you guys 4 books ago when you guys came to Drezen, attacked the Citadel, cleared it out. probably wasn't working. It was off. But lingering in the stones of this cave, was the possibility that could be reactivated, and that's what you suspect exactly what happened. Dispellable, yes, but the power represented here, Bardos, seems to be quite quite powerful. You are a powerful mage, no question about it. But the magic behind this portal is also strong, and you're not sure that a dispel magic would be sufficient enough to dispatch it, and to try and fail would alert whoever's portal this is, that someone's trying to get rid of it. The other side of that coin is that you recognize that this is a two-way portal. Things can come out, but you guys might be able to go in. And if this is Aponivicius's portal, and Bardos had already determined that the kaiju-sized Aponivicius that's leading the armies of the demons outside of Drezen, and whom you can hear fighting and exhorting, her demonic forces to greater excesses. Even down here, you can hear the battle still raging upstairs. But if this is her way into the Citadel, and you guys could turn the tables on her and somehow maybe defeat her and demonstrate that you have defeated her to her armies, that could turn the battle. Demons are chaotic evil after all, and if they aren't being whipped into a frenzy, or they can't see a much stronger leader leading them on, they might disperse. They might find themselves on that. So that creates opportunities. But in the meantime, you guys have today's problems to deal with, which are these locust creatures. Now they've set off a couple of creeping blights. Two of them are blinded. One by holy aura, the other by glitter dust. That's this one. I finally figured out what that was. That's the one, Bardos, that you got with glitter dust and blinded it from that. There are two of them blinded. A third one, which is still near Storm, is still unblinded and can attack normally. But with Fletcher and Ferrado and Flashheart having moved into the room and begun the attack on the Apocalypse locusts themselves, already two of them are down after a round, and the others seem to be striving. As you guys do this, you hear what can only be the sound of a door being thrown open, and a ragged cheer as you hear that one Crusader captain that you guys were talking to earlier yell out, "It's time, men! In you go! Get at them!" And the Crusaders that had gone around to the other side to get into a flanking position, you can hear the twang of crossbows, of the dwarven crossbows, and the footsteps of those Crusaders rushing in from the flanking position to try and aid you as the battle commences. And we will deal with that in a moment. But in the meantime, does anybody have any questions, concerns, calls for my dismissal after the whole magic missile bomb thing that we just sort of shoulder rolled, or that kind of thing?
Call for your dismissal.
Okay, let's take a vote. I get 7 votes.
Dang it. How are you voting?
Yeah.
Well, it's unanimous. I'm dismissed. But questions, concerns, comments?
So we don't want to kill Ferrado, right?
Don't.
Well, I think if I recall the plan correctly, not yet.
Okay.
That's
Just
cool.
the Apocalypso locusts and the swarms. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so the swarms are basically spell generated. They're creeping dooms that these Apocalypse locusts have out. They have spells. They have stuff going on. So they are doing that. And there was 5 of them, and there are only 3 creeping dooms out there. So it could be some more swarms are inbound. But Gatto, you have the privilege of going first. But before you do, before we do that, does anybody have any other questions or anything like that? Don, do you have anything?
No.
Jennifer?
Should I? No.
Okay. Mike?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Round 2. And it is time for the Crusaders. You hear them yelling out, "That's it!" And they shoot a whole bunch of crossbows at that one guy right here who is by the thing. And you hear first the volley of crossbows and a huzzah from the dwarves. and then you hear the footsteps, the boot steps of the English is hard for me. Crusaders, the other Crusaders who are coming in. So first the crossbows, and we're going to use this. Okay, hold on. That's not what I was looking for. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. All right. They're going to do that. So so you hear all these twangs of crossbows going off. Boom, 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 boom. And those fire it at direct. All of them are firing directly at that locust. And hold on. So
Which one?
the one closest to that that area, this guy right here. And let me open that door so we get everybody in the mix. All right, so we've got one fumble. Let me check. Hold on, let me check their AC. Oh, good. 1, 2. Let's just confirm it. Nice. All right, so we've got 3 hits, or 2 hits and 1 crit. Let me do the 2 hits first. 1, 2. Ooh, 7 apiece, and then a crit. What do you think? Do you think Harlekar's dwarves would take the chart on a crossbow crit?
Yes.
I feel like yes. All right, let's see what happens here. Ranged weapon crit. Gut slash. Max plus bonus and 1d4 bleed. Oh my god, I hate these crits. And so all right, so max plus bonus, so it's 10 plus 10. Double max, so 20, so 34 points of damage and 1d4 bleed. Hold on just a momentito. Let's go ahead and take that off. So minus 3, 4. Don, you want to roll the bleed?
What is it?
1d4 of persistent bleed.
3.
3. Nice. All right, let me go ahead and take that off. As he begins oozing ichor from his thorax. And then once that happens, we have a charge. All right, so we've got, okay, who's these guys? I just tossed them all in there. So they come running in. All right, first things first. Attacks of opportunity as they run in. You bastards! Okay, those guys are there. These guys are going to come over here. Run around. Sorry, let me, it's just, my machine is slow for a reason tonight. I restarted it and everything. So these guys, the next thing you know, these guys have surrounded this guy, effectively blocking him off. And they are all going to do an attack at +2 with their hand weapons. And they're all pretty good. They're solid Crusaders. So that +2 takes them from +8 to +10. So first, second, third, fourth, sixth. Okay, 7. All right, he's going to withdraw 2 hits, essentially with long swords. So that's this. 1 second, I'm almost there. 8, and so another 19 points of damage on this guy. And he looks like he has got his hands full, although he does take the opportunity to essentially, let me see what his, yeah, He's just gonna sting that guy. So let's see how that goes. Sorry, I'm just playing the game by myself.
Let us know when you're ready for us.
All right, that's gonna kill him. So this stinger basically buries itself in this guy as he runs up, and oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on a second. And just you see in this case, you see the bravery of the Crusaders. So that's the first guy that runs up. The stinger comes around and just shunk right through his breastplate, right through the back, and he's stuck there. You see him, he drops his longsword as it's done, but you see him sort of reach out and grab onto the stinger, and he's holding onto it as he dies to keep it from withdrawing to attack any of his other friends. And you hear him like, oh, and finally you could see him sort of collapse on it before the guy can like sort of wrench it out of his body. But he kept him from doing other attacks of opportunity. Gatto, did you see it? Yeah, you probably would have seen some of. Well, there's a lot of bugs in the way, so maybe
No.
not. Yeah,
The
you would have
doorway's
seen,
too small, the angle's wrong.
you would have seen jack shit. But there is a big thing of bugs, a swarm of bugs right in front of you. But it is not touching you, and it seems to be flying around. And so a couple of things. One, the swarm of bugs is sort of flying around aimlessly. Two, it's covered in glitter. So they're like glitter bugs now.
Disco
Yeah.
bugs.
So I don't have anything really good against swarms.
Okay.
Throw yourself in the middle and just subject yourself to all their attention, thus saving the rest of the party from their attention.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that sounds like me. I moved to there.
Okay.
Not okay. On his way by as a free action, can I say stand 5 foot back to your west, to the west? Can I say that? Like, don't go stand right there, which is
Where did you go?
He's all the way.
Look north of the forge.
How did you get over? Did you run through the other swarms?
I ran through this swarm.
Okay, there's 2 swarms there.
So if you highlight my character and hit X, you'll see my path.
Aha. Okay. So yes, you're bothering a bunch of people and running past them. All right. So
Now they're
yeah,
blinded.
well, one is blinded, the other one is
Okay.
not. So
Okay.
I need you to make. Hold on. I need you to make a fortitude save as you go through. Actually, they're blinded. So I need to do a 50-50 to see if you can make another fortitude save. 21. Hold on. I got to check that
That's
one.
not very good.
It's not very good. That is not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough. So you take some damage from. So let me see. Let's see. So let me do a 50-50 to see if you take have to make another fortitude save. So high. No. All right. So they miss you. So you just take, as you run through there, the spiders or the insects deal 4d6 of sting damage to you as you roll through. 14 points of swarm damage as you run through there. As you run through there. So you're just running over to the other side of the thing. So you are close to the portal itself.
Yes, I am.
And this apocalypse locust is sort of like, you saw his sort of mantis-like head sort of follow you behind there, but he's not looking at you now because, well, frankly, he's got a Fletcher to deal with. But as you're closer to the portal, you can
And
feel.
as I ran by, Jennifer said, "Don't run too far away."
I said, give me a clear line past that forge. Like, you don't want to stand right where you're standing. But things could change
Where-
in the next, 3 seconds. But
Well,
the moment-
where are you at?
She's
I
right
know
here.
you're not gonna
Oh, you're right
understand
there. Yeah,
It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does.
I'll stop there.
Awesome. No, don't.
Okay.
Okay, and I turn invisible.
Do you? Now I got to go find your damn invisibility token. Hold on a second. There it is. All right, 1 second, 1 second. Got it? Done? Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking you off the GM.
Yep.
Poof, he disappears. Do you now? That's an interesting factoid.
Blessing of Fervor is part
Yeah,
of
it's okay. All right. So as you go over there, Gato, one of the things that you notice is that that gate is humming with magical energy, and it's dark, demonic magical energy. This is definitely a demonic gate. I mean, there's no question, of it being, something that would be have done by either the Sword of Valor or some sort of Iomedean or previous residents of this. You get the definitely impression that this is evil and was put here on purpose, and it's just absolutely thrumming with magical power. All right, Apocalypse Locust time. All right, so what is he going to do? So first thing he's going to do is he's going to attack the Crusaders with. All right, so he is going to try and pincher them and sting them at the same time. He's actually attacking 3 different guys. So hold on just a sec. All right, so here's the stinger. So he's going to try and sting the next guy in line. Ooh, and does. And that stinger is going to. These guys don't have a ton of hit points. That stinger lances into that guy's armor, and he succumbs as well. Hold on just a sec. Now the pincers go like this. Hold on a second. So we'll do one at a time. Be right there. Oh God. So yeah, that's gonna be hard. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now so Flashheart, if he were here, Storm certainly would see this guy reach out with his pinchers, grab 2 guys, and sort of clunk them together really hard as a damage element. Let's see how much he does there. Oh, it's gonna kill him. Hold on, let me just do the damage. So they're gonna get. Sorry, this is taking so long. So they get. Yeah, they're both dead. So he's got these 2 guys over here, and he's killed those. Those guys are falling fast.
Yeah.
Oop.
No, that's good.
Yeah, we're okay with that, X.
But he is going very quickly through these guys.
Crusaders, yeah.
Yeah, the Crusaders, as tough as they are, I mean, they're just no match for this guy. And he's just chewing them up. To give them their due, they're fighting, and you can hear what sound like the footsteps. You can hear what sounds like a clatter, and then the footsteps of the dwarves coming forward to aid. It sounds like that they've given up their crossbows, and they've drawn their axes, and they're going to try and help their fellow man. In the meantime, these 2 guys are going to look at Fletcher, and they are both going to
Run away.
No. They are going to open their mouths, sort of drop open. They're sort of like insectile mouths, and you can hear sort of this gurgling in there. And the next thing you know, a stream of fire, like from a flamethrower, comes shooting out at Fletcher on both cases. This is a breath weapon, and I need a will save.
Will save.
Yep, a will save. That's what it says.
Un momento, por favor. Okay, so
Does Fletcher have a will save?
He does. It's not too bad.
He's tired.
Do I get any pluses for that blessing? No holy aura.
No, because you're not in it, but you get, if you get any benefits for being next to Storm, you get those.
Are there any, Mike? No. Okay, just roll.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Ooh,
bad
that's not
roll.
great. Go ahead and do it again because it's two different breath weapons that are attacking you. So 26 is good. So you made one, that's half damage, but full damage for the other one. So let's go ahead and
Hooray.
do that. I'm just going to do it all. Well, no, I can't do it all at once because that's cheating. And I've had my fill of chicanery. All right. So the first one, this is full. And then this one half. So 31 and 14 is 45 points of fire damage. And then you are affected by something called Accursed Brand. A creature that fails its saving throw against a Greater Apocalypse Locust breath weapon has his flesh branded by the fire and suffers hallucinations for 24 hours. During this time, the victim becomes tainted. Good aligned clerics and all druids, monks, and paladins are treated as if they've temporarily broken their codes of conduct. Characters who have a class that's restricted to a good alignment or lawful alignment are treated as ex-members of that class for 24 hours. Atonement instantly ends the effect. So now you are hallucinating and tainted. Now you are a barbarian, correct?
I am.
All right, so you don't lose any of your powers, but you're hallucinating. So because of this fire that's gotten on you. So let's just have a look and see what hallucinations do, shall we? I think at the very least it's well, we'll see. Let's see here.
What does he need? He needs an atonement?
An atonement, otherwise it lasts for 24 hours. All right. Well, now this would not be that.
Hey, Dan, did you add that +4 for the holy aura?
He's not in the whole, he's not
Oh,
in the holy war.
Oh, it's just around you. Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
have
it's
a
20
scroll that's a spell of atonement.
Do you?
I do indeed.
Yay.
Well, I don't like that at all. So, all right. So in your case, since you are hallucinating, you take so basically when you're hallucinating, you suffer from confusion, which means you don't know enemy from friend. You're doing that. So confusion is a spell that happens. Hold on a second.
Confusion is a spell that happens.
It's a spell that happens. So confusion basically makes you unable to determine your actions. You roll on a table and you can either act normally, you do nothing but babble incoherently, you deal D8 points of damage plus strength modifier to yourself with your weapon in hand, or you attack the nearest creature, whatever it may happen to be. So you are confused, but also because of this, you take a -4 penalty on will saves, caster level checks, intelligence checks, and wisdom checks.
Yay.
All right.
You weren't using those anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And that is it for the locust as they lap at you as they see that you are affected by their hallucinatory stuff. Bardos, you are up.
Do we see that that's affected him in such a
I don't think you saw him got hit by the flame jets, and you saw him take damage from them. But I don't think there's any way that you could tell immediately after this occurred that he's hallucinating. Now, by his behavior and following rounds, you might be able to interpret it, but not yet.
But even if we saw that he was hallucinating, would we know that that was because he is in need of an atonement spell? I guess you see what I'm getting at. Like, how
Yeah.
Spellcraft check or something might be
I
necessary.
was going to say, what check is that going to be?
Well, this would be something divine. So, I mean,
religion.
yeah, a knowledge religion or a knowledge demons or something like that might be able to suss that kind of information out. But yeah, it might be hard to come up with at first.
But he could hurt any of us now. Woo-hoo.
Or himself. Or others, depending on who he's close to. So the problem with him being confused and hallucinating is that he can deliver problems in giant bags. to you
He's the worst
guys.
guy for this to happen to next to Storm.
He's kind of the worst guy that this to happen to.
And just don't be the closest thing to him.
Oh, I also have to. So they can do
I
this.
don't
this
know it.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. They can redo this in 2 rounds. So let's just go ahead. I'm just gonna put that in there. All right. But Bartos, you are up.
I have not found anything I want to do. I don't want to use any spells right now because these are not. Just don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move into the room. I think I'm just probably going to take a double move. Is there?
Are you going through the?
You go through the
I think-
locust. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna do a dimension door.
Okay.
Illendar, Lothar, do you guys want to go into the room with a dimension door? I don't know where I can go that's safe because I haven't seen it.
You can see right behind Storm.
Well, no, those bugs obscure it, right?
Yeah, they do. I mean, you could probably give me a perception check. You might be able to see some things, but because they're just bugs. But Storm's in the way. Fletcher's sort of in the way.
Oh shoot! Wait a minute, that's Baru. Hang on.
Okay.
There you go.
34. All right. Yeah, you can see. Well, certainly you could see and feel the presence of the portal in the back. Is there something specific you're trying to see?
I just wanted to see where I could dimension door to without.
Oh yeah.
on
With a 34, yeah, there's places over there depending on as long as it's in line of sight. The problem with most of your line of sight where you're standing is that it's like directly in front of these locust guys. You could theoretically go behind them near the portal, but you would be awfully close.
What's the distance? Because that map is kind of weird. What's the different distance between this guy and the portal?
In the portal, about 15 feet, maybe.
Oh, so I could go behind.
Yeah, if you wanted to dimension yourself to directly in front of the portal, like right here, like standing next to it, you could do that. And you would be reasonably far away. These guys do have reach, but they might not even notice you. They're still enjoying torment. Their reach is 10. They're still enjoying
Okay.
tormenting Fletcher, so.
Okay, Elendar, Lothar, you want a dimension door in behind those locusts?
No.
I wouldn't be.
That's an honest answer.
No, that's okay. That's fine. You don't either, Mike?
No, especially, yeah.
He's gonna stay right there in Lothar's little orange circle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pop over somewhere like there. That's crouching down.
Okay. All right. You just materialize there. Do you want to do a
Yep.
quick stealth roll or?
Shoot, I don't even know if I got stealth. Let me look. I don't have it on my things. Let's see. Yeah, sure.
Unless you have a pretty good one. Well, they have passive perception. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Hold on a sec. I don't want you to know what their perception is. No, that's fine. I don't care. Ooh, okay. So they do not know that you are there, as far as you can tell. They are focused on Fletcher and on Storm, who probably is going to be a big problem for them momentarily. So do you want to do anything else other than Dimension Door? Because you do still have a move action or... Yeah, I think a move action.
Well, if they don't see me, I guess I'm going to move back behind this this thing then.
You cannot get behind the portal.
And if I
Oh,
see-
you're going that way.
no.
Okay. All right. So you're running over there.
To the location that I
Right.
was, and Jennifer
Yeah,
said,
same
don't
thing
go there.
that, Corrado's gonna be like, not here.
Okay, well, I can move to there. This I can't see Don's character. Les, can you do that little thing where I can see the button?
Oh,
too?
yeah. Hold on a second.
No, that's okay.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on you.
Oh, damn it. No one needs to keep an eye on me.
One of these days, I'm going to catch you doing something.
No, you won't.
All right, Gordon, can you see him now?
I can.
All right, perfect. All right, Storm is up.
Okay.
Now
Real quick.
Storm is still in there. I have to do because it's his turn. I need to you're still in the swarms during at the beginning of your turn, so I need to do the damage, right? So
Mhm.
let me go ahead and do that to you right now because I do love a good swarm damage. Here's for the swarm that can see 19 points, and then 50-50. I gotta go high again. Okay, they did not deliver any damage, so just 19 points from the swarms. Go ahead.
So, well, one thing, I just got a call from my mother-in-law. Her fridge isn't working after the storm, so I have to go over there real quick. So I sent Don my macros, so he can keep fighting with Storm, and Illindar's going to kind of stay out of the way and stay close to Lothar.
Do me in an email.
Wait, what happened?
The storms that came through, my mother-in-law's fridge stopped working.
Oh, you got to go over there. Okay.
So I need to go over and just see if it's the fridge or if it's,
Oh, fridge. I kept hearing bridge. I'm like, what is it?
yeah, her fridge stopped working.
Her bridge stopped working. It's under the water now. That's not supposed to happen that way.
So I'll be gone for 45 minutes to an hour. So like I said, I sent Don stuff so he can keep the basic stuff going.
Excellent. All right.
I've
right.
arrived.
Hey, Matt, just in time to see Mike leave.
Yeah.
Tag off.
That's it, I'm out of here.
How was the steak?
Amazing.
Ah, perfect. Where are you now? At conference in is it Parks?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh man, of all the places.
It's a boondoggle, but I'm enjoying the free food.
There you go. I did I was in Charleston once and I went to a taco place that was excellent. Shockingly excellent for Charleston, South Carolina, but I've never been back. I mean, honestly, it could have been a mirage.
The summit pitched to Charleston, but it's actually 40 minutes away on the beach at some beach resort called Sand Dunes Island or something.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's nothing I like more than freckling on the beach. All right, so
Okay, Mike left.
No,
All right, so now-
Mike hasn't left yet. He's going to after this turn. So Storm goes 10 feet all I need for a charge, which is what she has. So she moves to there, which is a 10-foot charge.
okay.
Pouncing on this guy.
Wait a second. Can she charge over the body? Or is she doing that flying
Bodies.
charge that she did?
Yeah.
Yeah, several. Is she doing that flying charge thing that she does?
If she has to, then yes.
Because otherwise, that apocalypse locust on the ground would be difficult terrain.
Okay, then yeah, she's gonna swoop up and pounce.
All right, got it. Okay.
What I'm hearing is that we need to spend a really slow 40 minutes on the next turn until you get back.
Right. Well, like I said, Don can do. I sent him the macro for her full attack, so he can pull whatever he needs for anything else. And it's
Yeah,
got
for reflexes and saves and all that. Yeah.
so, and then her AC.
Ooh, and Illindar shoots his hand crossbow.
Yeah. So, in case you
Freaking nailed it last time. Honestly, I put nothing past him now.
So let's do the attack.
All right, all right.
Oh shit!
Dude, what?
That's a lot of freaking green.
Look
That's
at
a
that
lot of green.
shit. All right, hold on a second. I gotta get a pencil. All right.
Hold
We're
on,
gonna need a
potential
great
crits.
computer.
Look at all this.
Well,
Okay.
Most of it's, well, no, 2 of them are on swings. The other ones are all on damage.
I see at least 3 potential crits. Am I missing that?
No, there's only 2.
Two of them are
Oh,
on
there's 2.
to hits. Some of them
okay.
are on damage.
All the rest
Okay, I was looking at the claw for 29 points of damage. That was the one I thought might be it. All right, so it's got a 29 AC. So the 35 bite will hit. So that's 33 plus 8 is that.
These guys aren't flying, right? They're standing on the ground.
They're on the ground.
Okay, so
You're- Honestly, you're not sure that their wings. I'd have to
Okay,
look
well,
and see if they have a fly
he's
speed.
got a 38.
They
Trip,
do actually. So
38 trip attempt to get its CMD.
38 trip attempt against the CMD. Hold on a second. I got to find the CMD. They always bury it.
Might not make it.
He might not. They're pretty tough. Hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Okay.
no. Very, very tough. All right. But so the bite hits. What's this for? Oh, is that for the crits? Okay. So
First one's
a
and
all right.
And
the,
the second
Breaking
one
Claw.
probably is the Winged Buffet for 41.
Yep, those are both confirmed crits. So we'll just deal with
Oh.
those later. Let's look at the other ones. So a 30 claw, that's a hit for 29 points plus another 8 of holy, so that's 37. 36 wing
wing.
buffet, 13 plus 9 is 22. And then you have your 2 crits. All right, so do you want to take the points? Do you want to take the chart? You sure? You don't have to.
he's only double damage, so chart.
I mean, it's not required.
No, what's required for double damage?
Okay. All right.
Well, the double damage at max 31 points.
All right. First one, clean through is the name of this. I haven't even read it yet, and I know it's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Target suffers max plus bonus 1d6 bleed and 1 con drain. For fuck's sake. All right.
So max damage is actually 32 plus 12.
So 44. And then bonus. Go ahead and so what was the bonus? So what was the original damage? Hold on a second.
38.
31
and 7.
38. So 38. And then go ahead and roll the d6 bleed, unless you want Don to do it.
Don.
So change
5.
5 bleed. Okay.
That means he's not gonna last.
Well, he's still got well over 100 hit points. So, but I haven't actually taken any hit points off yet. So, all right. And then the next one, which was the wing buffet.
The wing buffet.
All right. That's another natural attack. Let's do this. Jesus. Spinal tap. Max plus bonus and a -4 penalty on attack, skills, and ability checks for 1d4 rounds.
You say spinal tap?
Spinal tap. So
Nice.
what's max is again 44 with not with the
No, it's 18 and 12 in this one. So,
So
30.
and then the actual
plus the
roll.
bonus.
Yeah, I
the
think
roll
it's 24.
was 24.
Doesn't spinal tap add a 50% chance your drummer explodes?
Yeah. Which I think Fletcher is your guys' drummer, right? With his so many hands. All we found was a little pile of green goo. All right, let's add this up. 11, 18, 20, 32, 36, 3, 6, 9, 11, 15, 18, 21, 23. I get 236.
Damn.
Well, he had 151, so basically Storm kind of like tears him into sort of hot little shreds.
That's like pink this time.
Yeah, he vapored him a little bit. So Pink missed it. Everybody around within a 10-foot radius, which includes a lot of the Crusaders, are now covered with this sort of like weird sort of brown ichor blood that these guys use for blood, because basically Storm just went in and went and ripped out his spine and took out what was the first one called? Clean through. So basically punched a claw clean through the creature and turned him into mist. The Crusaders are covered, but they're like, Storm, Optimist Primes, Storm. They're cheering. Yeah. And then this guy over here is looking over like, the fuck just happened to my friend?
Yeah, she turns to that one and says, "Don't touch my Crusaders."
All I hope is that Fletcher.
You got to move her over there.
I'm hoping this Fletcher's like, hold my beer. I went 236. Hold my beer.
No, she's got reach, so she's within range of that guy.
She did that from here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've got reach too. So is your reach 15 or 10?
10.
10. Okay, so their reach is the same. All right, is that it for Storm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Don, I've got a scroll of burning hands that I plan on using on the swarm that's right close to me.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing useful Ilindar can do with that. After that,
right.
He's got a magic missile wand, so you could use that if you want, or you can use the crossbow with the macro I gave you.
No, we're gonna do burning hands.
Okay. And then
I
will
think
as soon as I can.
that's quite rude, actually. All right, so Storm, that's it. You'll be back.
Yep, I'm gonna leave this.
All
one.
right. Tell the mom-in-law that we hope her fridge gets back to working soon.
Will do. All right.
All right. See you in a few. All right. Now, my other worst enemy, Lothar of the Hill People. So you see a glitter-dusted blind swarm swirling around in front of you, which is obscuring your vision. There's another one over there by Flashheart, but another swarm is looking to follow Storm as Storm has moved in. You can see sort of back in the back, Storm just, wreaking havoc on these guys.
I'm going to move to here.
'Kay.
To extend the holy aura as far as I can.
Gotcha.
Which now encompasses the other two swarms.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything to them independently.
Okay.
So, and then after that move, I'm going to cast on this locust
Okay.
Chains of Light.
Oh,
What's that? Chains of light?
Well, we're gonna go take a look. So
That's badass.
chains of light. Let's have a look at this spell. It's probably gonna suck for me.
It binds them up in holy chains and holds them immobile.
Ah, that's right. A creature targeted by this spell is held immobile by glowing golden chains composed of pure light. Creature is paralyzed and held in place, but may attempt a new saving throw each round. All right. So reflex save negates. So what
Yes.
is? So let me
The
look.
reflex, reflex save is 20, and I don't know if these things are.
Well,
Their
their
DC is-
their reef bonus is their worst one, but it is still +9. So this
Well,
is not.
if you've ever seen a locust move, yeah, they're not very reflexive.
Agile.
No. They just bonk into anything. I had one bonk literally into the back of my head one summer.
Yeah.
I
At which
watched like
point-
4 chickens eat 1,000 of them because they don't move very fast.
Yeah.
They have the reflexes of a cicada.
Yeah, they're not good. They're stupid and friendly. And frankly, I got bonked in the back of the head by one when I was sitting out on the porch one time. And when I realized what had happened to me, I'm not a huge fan of bugs, and I went to like a full body heave of where people are like, is he okay? I was like, a bug touched me. And so
Is this when you decide to shave your head so no bug could ever get
no bug could
purchase
ever.
on there again?
Yeah, that's why I keep the back of my head super greased with a lot of canola
Yeah.
oil.
You will find no purchase here.
You will find no purchase here, cicadas. No, we get a whole bunch of them, and it's they're gross and they're friendly, and sometimes I like to take a tennis racket out in the backyard and just have a little fun. But apparently, everything eats cicada. I've heard that there isn't an animal on Earth, including us, that cannot adequately digest locusts.
Do you guys have cicada
Like
killer wasps?
Flying
Yeah.
green beans.
Yeah, we do.
The-
With their
those big 9-inch long wasps that look
Yep.
scary as hell, but are not dangerous. Unless
yeah,
you're
it can't hurt you.
Unless you're a cicada.
They're special.
Unless you're a cicada. Yeah, they're big and dumb and friendly too.
Yeah.
How do you like to be a bug? Like, you know what I'm going to do the next 17 years? Dig myself in the ground and lay there. And one day I'm going to get up, have some sex, and die.
What a way to go.
Yeah.
Summer night.
So loving, having a blast.
All right, Lothar. So you are shooting chains of light. I have to do this reflex save. Here we go.
Nope.
16. I did
No.
not make it. Oh God, I hate that spell.
So he's paralyzed.
So he is surrounded by chains of light that are basically wrapped around him and keeping him paralyzed, sort of like that.
That works.
Okay. All right. So he is trapped. So you move, spell, that it for you?
Yeah.
Corrado. So I think I speak for everybody when we're dying to know what your plan is for that corner of the forge that you've been chasing everybody out. But there doesn't seem to be any enemies over there. I got yeah, here it is. Let's see what's gonna happen, because I'm shocked and stunned. I can't wait.
I sent you the link to the spell. I've been wanting to use this since I picked it up a while back. It's one of my 5th level spells. It's called
Okay.
Fire Snake.
Fire snake, you range 60 feet. You create a sinuous line of flames that you may shape as desired. Fire snake affects 1 5-foot square per caster level. What's your caster level?
Caster level is 15.
15. So 15 squares of fire snake. And they take anything that you touch. Oh God, look at this. Is that 15 squares? Did you just
Yep, yep.
all right, shit. All right. So the fire snake kind of scoots by. And Bartos, I gotta say, you're probably looking at this and saying, that's kind of impressive.
I'm saying that too.
Fire snake shoots around the thing, goes around,
glad
hits
I
the
listened.
first, hits the second. The first guy is paralyzed. He does not have a reef save for half, but he does have spell resistance. So wow, 55 points of damage. Okay, so he's going to take that 55 because there's nothing he can do. The other guy, you have to do a spell resistance check. And his SR is 25.
And what do I add to that?
So it's your caster level. It's D20 plus your caster level.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry.
And unless you have like spell penetration or I think combat casting, does that work as well on SR? I don't know. Spell penetration definitely does. In which case you get a +4 if you have that.
Those are feats, correct?
Correct.
I do not believe. Spell penetration. What was the other one you said?
Well, I
don't-
said
I don't
combat
think
casting, but I don't think that's right.
Combat casting doesn't give you any penetration. It's only spell penetration.
20. You did not major, so it doesn't affect that guy at all, but it lights this guy up. So the snake is just sort of like, now, does this last? Does it like
No.
block that off?
No. It just,
Instantaneous. Okay. Boom. Wow. It just kind of rips around there, grabs a hold of that guy in the chains of light and delivers to him a fair amount of damage. The other guy sort of puts his arm up and it sort of, you could feel his magical energy sort of reject the flames as they pass by.
okay. And how do we erase those stupid lines that we draw?
You just click on it and hit delete.
Right.
Okay. And then I'm going to take a 5-foot step, which I'll do here in a second. After I
Okay.
let this thing disappear, which it's not.
Well, you have to use, you're still drawing. You have to use the select move.
You want me to get it?
And no, I think I can switch to that.
I think anybody can cast fire snakes really into raves as well.
I'm on the
Yeah.
select move, and that's not working. guys.
Gotta
If you
cast
just
fire
click
now.
on it, like, yeah, there you go.
No, I think Les did that. I couldn't do it.
I did that.
100 times.
Okay.
So sometimes it will reject you, and you have to like move closer to it because sometimes it won't let you click it because
Right.
like,
If you zoom in,
your
it
view
gets
is
better.
yeah. If your
Oh,
view
I
is too far, yeah. Sometimes
You
it's
got a little icon right here, a little dot right there too, Les.
Wait, I'm going to try and get that one.
okay. I'll leave that one alone. Ilindar, do we know what Ilindar is going to do? Is he going to shoot his crossbow? Yes.
He's gonna do
Don.
flame hands.
Ilindar, hold on, I gotta,
Sorry, I thought Storm and Eldar had to move in the same phase, no?
No,
No.
they don't have to.
Ilindar wants to move to here,
Okay.
but not go through the swarm to get there.
Gotcha. Okay. So he's going to move basically by Lothar and
Right.
stay behind him essentially.
I can't move him, so you have to do it. Move him to
Oh,
here.
right. Okay. Sorry. Got it. Right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Gordon,
gonna get-
what's your DC for a first level spell? Because you're the same level, I think so.
Yeah, it's 20.
Okay, so DC 20 reflex save. He's casting Burning Hands, which is an arc, and it'll get both or all three of the swarms
Okay.
with a 15-foot
Fan shape.
All three. All right. So 2 of them are blind, so they will take full damage. 1 is not, and it will try to reflex away. Let me see what their reef is. 1 second. Reef save is 7. So they are, well, as you might expect, insects are quite reflexy. But I
Oh,
rolled a
shit.
1. But you rolled a lot of
And
1s
I
too. So,
rolled 3 ones.
all right. So the fire wills in there, but they're so dispersed that it really doesn't do that much damage. And
Can
I'm
I-
Well,
definitely
10
I
points
use-
to all 3 of them, so that's 30
Can I
points.
use my redo for Ilindar?
Can Ilindar do a redo? Does he have it?
No, well, he got one because he caught me. He has a do-over for him catching me with the magic missile, not setting off the bombs, and I still made it happen. So I gave him a free do-over. If you want to spend it in this way, absolutely allowed.
What do you think, Don?
Is
it worth re-rolling
It's
this?
5d4, which the average is around 10 to 12.
Okay,
He may
never
not do
mind.
much better.
Still
Never
got
mind.
3 players coming up, 2, 3 players.
Yeah, save it.
Okay.
All right, taking 10 points off of each of them as the flame shoots forward and roasts the insects as they drop out blackened husks out of the sky. But there's still more. There's still so many more. All right, speaking of so many more, Fletcher, who is always known to
dear.
be extra. So first things first, you are under the effect of confusion. So I want you to roll a D100 perception, or
We want
not
just a D100.
just a
And we
D100.
want a low number.
No, high as you can get.
No, as low as I can get.
Ooh, 40. I don't know what that does. Hold on a second. 40, 26 to 50. You do
Nothing
nothing
but
this.
babble incoherently.
You babble incoherently. So, all right. So in this case, Flashheart and Ferrado and Lothar, well, I guess everybody, give me a perception check or a medical check or a knowledge religion, whichever you have best.
22 for me.
Okay.
37.
37. Bardo's got a 35. Marina got a 33. All right. So, Flashheart, you're busy sort of on Storm's side, getting ready to like chop guys out and move the fight in there. That because Radiance is singing her death song as you wade into battle. The rest of you, however, look over at Fletcher and you see that he's dropped his sword. Sort of the sword point is pointing at the ground, and he's looking around and he's sort of twitching and babbling. I mean, he's saying words and you understand the words, but putting the words together in sentences is not making any sense.
Kind of like a politician.
And Dan, if you want to give us an example of how you might babble, we would welcome that, I think.
Thanks. I let everybody use their imagination.
All right, perfect. But yeah, he's babbling incoherently over there. He's not making sense. He's not fighting.
Like, what did he say about the vapor trails? You said something about vapor trails.
Yeah.
Vapor trails, man. They're getting us for vapor trails.
UFOs, the Loch Ness Monster, they're all working for the Illuminati. So that's it for you, Fletcher. I don't. So this effect lasts for 24 hours unless cured. So there you go. Flashheart, you are up.
You can reset him with a good head bonk, but you go first. All right. If I have a clear path, I'm gonna try to hit this guy.
You're gonna run over there.
You know what? Why wouldn't I run up there? Otherwise, I have to fight.
I actually think that you might be able to deliver a charge attack if you wanted. Because I think because let me see if I'm speaking it right. There might be a passage through here. Hold on a second. In which you can get at him. Do you guys see that?
Yep.
That arrow? I think it goes in between the two corpses and would get you there. Now he will get an attack of opportunity. Unless
What? On a charge?
He's got
got
reach.
he's got reach.
He's got reach.
And he's gonna try and sting you. I mean, that stinger is just coming up back, like the
Alright.
You
queen
can handle
alien.
that.
All right. I'm gonna charge up there. Make your attack.
All right, stinger attack. You're not gonna like this. Where is it? Okay, 1 second.
Please hold. Buffering.
31 hit you?
No.
Oh, damn. All right. Missed with the sting. Now it is your turn. Now, because of because of the charge. Was it a charge?
Yes,
Just a move.
it was a charge.
All right, so you get +2 on your attack roll.
Right.
But the rest of this round, you get -2 on your AC. And do you get extra damage on charges? I can't remember. I don't think
No.
so.
Let me
I
consult
don't
my
think
lawyers.
so, no.
Okay.
No, just +2 to hit.
So
he
+2
runs-
to hit. Okay.
Runs through there. He's like, ah, Radiance is like, ah, what? What, Jennifer?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you said something. Okay.
I heard,
Go ahead.
he's
Yeesh,
running.
okay. That's a
40.
40.
Oh, is that
That's
it's a
yeah, that's a-
natural 20. Second thing is a 25, which will miss. Oh, you don't, but you only get the
Yeah,
one
charge,
attack.
I get the
right?
one, but the second, but it's
He
that's
rolls a
double damage,
30,
baby.
32 to
That's a crit.
confirm the crit. So a 32 is a confirmed crit.
Did you include your blessing
Uh,
fervor, Matt?
I didn't, so it'd be better than that.
That's +2 to attack then. Yeah.
So it'll be 42.
It's still a hit, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a hit.
crit.
It's still good.
See the
So yeah,
crit.
you basically charge in there and you're like, I hope it wins it. And you stab this thing and get a crit. So 18 physical damage, 10 points of bleed. Oh wait. So
Yes.
base. Okay, so we've got the bonus. Do you want to take the damage, or would you like?
I
to
think we
take
want the chart, don't we? We always enjoy the chart.
Chart.
As a
Yeah.
family.
Well,
Sure.
does he
Start
get the
saying
bleed
chart.
damage if he takes the chart?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, he still gets the bleed damage. Yeah.
All right, chart.
All right, here we go.
Charts are fun for the whole family.
That doesn't make
Because
sense.
the 10 bleed is actually from a feat. It's separate than the damage for the.
Oh
sword.
shit!
No, I don't think I knew realize that.
All right, skull crush. Target's skull is crushed and immediately dies.
Nice.
That's one way to
And-
avoid bleed damage.
Wow.
Nice. You
So
got
I'm just-
lucky.
I'm just gonna send this to everybody so he can make. I don't think I've ever seen this before
I don't think
in
we've heard
this
that one.
chart.
Skull Crush sounds awesome.
Skull Crusher.
less will do anything to avoid bleed damage.
Die already. I don't want to do count the bleed.
I don't want to do that. I've had it with this battle. Hold on. I'm just going to send this to you guys. Oop. Oop. All right. All right. I just sent you over just to demonstrate that this is exactly what happened. So yeah, skull crushed, immediately dies. So, you see him, he had 177 hit points left. So you see Flashheart just sort of leap into the air because these things are big, right? So he leaps into the air and he's like, ah, and you see him like is vertical at this point is like 4.5, 5 feet. He's way up there and he's just like, kaboom, brings radiance down on this creature's skull and just cleaves it in half. And just sort of lands on the body as it falls backward, standing over it. And you guys look at Flashheart as he's standing over this body, and radiance is pouring with this brownish blood, and you can hear radiance sort of like doing that sort of that weird song that she does.
By the way, last I watched the first Star Wars movie, the prequel.
Mhm.
And while the rest of the movie is kind of the duel of the fates between Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon Jinn, that music amazing.
It is good music.
Yeah, let's see if we could add that duel of the fates music in here. All right, but I appreciate this.
Hey, Matt, I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to point out that Storm had to hit 4 times, 2 of them with crits to kill his guy. You did it with one swing.
One strike, one crit. Unbelievable.
Good start, Storm. Good start. You'll get there. You'll
get there.
You'll get there.
that might be the most powerful strike that Flashheart has yet to do.
Well, it's effectively you effectively did 177 hit points of damage in that
We're
crit.
like we're like in Fletcher levels of damage now.
That's crazy. Also, it's bleeding from various
Any
places.
bleeding, yeah.
Can I kick it off? Aren't we on a battlement? Can I kick it off the wall for extra
No, we're.
Well,
No,
below
we're in the
ground.
basement now.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, you
what-
guys were in the basement.
Okay,
All right, so that's the end of round 2, and what a round it was. So we go into round 3, the Crusaders. First thing, so these guys are like, storm, storm, and they sort of, the remaining Crusaders sort of run over here and begin stabbing this guy. Sort of like, and he's trapped in the thing. So he's paralyzed. They could just stab him, right? Does he?
Do a coup de
So
grace.
I have to check and see if he has an effective AC. Hold on, I keep moving the wrong flipping guy. Hold on a second.
I think paralyzed makes you helpless, but
I think it does too.
I'm not sure of that. So you might want to check if he's considered helpless.
He's
they can
helpless.
They can each take a coup de grace.
Oh,
So
yeah.
paralyzed. Let's
And the
read
coup de
that
grace is
condition.
basically a instant critical.
Paralyzed creature is frozen in place and unable to act or move. Paralyzed creature has effective dex and strength scores of 0 and is helpless, but
Yeah.
can take purely mental actions like screaming out loud, help me, please.
So each one of those crusaders can take a coup de grace.
Essentially, yeah.
If they hit, they get an automatic crit. And then that thing needs to save with something to do with the damage or die immediately.
Right.
So they're all moving in. These guys have picked up come on, move in there. Here we go. All right, so the dwarves come rolling in, and they are forming a firing line next to Storm, and they're
Hey, wait for us to do something.
pouring arrows into the creature. And so they're doing all those things. So yeah, so they will get. So hold on, I gotta check this one.
I thought they changed to axes.
Some of them did.
As a full round action, well, they can't. They can't do it as a full round action. They cannot deliver coup de grace. But you can see that they are just slashing away at this creature, and you could see his insectile eyes are flirting this way and that. But he still lives even after a volley from the things. Although he is dropping. Well, let's just see. What are they going to do? So we'll just do automatic. Let's just see. So we've got essentially 5 crossbow hits. So let's just go there. Let's do this. Let's see how our Crusader friends who are cheering now. All right, they did 40 points, and then the other 2 guys are going to do their attacks. They're the last 2 survivors from that thing. Did a little shit themselves, so now they're back. 58 points of damage. It is still alive, despite the Crusader attacks, but everybody is reloading when it becomes Gatto's turn. Hello, God?
Send you a text.
Oh. No answer.
Okay. Move to here. Actually, I have lunch, so I can stand 10 feet. Well, it's paralyzed. I'll get close.
Okay. Essentially, it's well, you can't do the full round action for the coup de grace, but you would get an auto crit.
Right.
If you care to take it, which you definitely do not have to. I would never. And he crits anyway. The second attack is a crit as well.
It's only one attack.
Fucking hate you. So we'll just use that as the confirm. Well, it's all the auto confirms, right? So what do you want to do? You want to do the chart, or do you want to do the damage?
I
He
want
wants
to
to
do
do
the
skull
damage.
crush.
No, I want to do the chart.
You want to do the chart? All right. Melee weapon. This is your Elvish Blade.
It's the Elvish Blade, Milady's Kiss, with its new abilities.
How's that a crit?
Staggering blow. Target suffers max plus double bonus and is
Wait,
dealt.
Jennifer, what was it?
Go, no, let's go. Go, last.
Okay.
Staggering blow. Target suffers max plus double bonus damage and is dealt an equal amount of non-lethal damage.
Wow.
All right. So what's your max? Hold on, I'm gonna get a pen. What's your max?
Okay, so max is 12.
All right. Bonus
Plus,
was.
wait. Plus 30 sneak attack.
Oh god.
So 42 is the max.
Right. Plus double bonus, which would have been 5 plus 21, which is 26, which is
Plus
52.
5 bleed.
We'll get plus 5 bleed. All right. And then an equal. So to add that up, hold on a second. 4. So that's 94 points plus 5 bleed.
Wow.
Plus what it says is an equal amount of non-lethal damage, which would be another 94 points. Oh, it doesn't matter because 94 is going to be able to kill this guy. He had 78 left. Sorry, I was
But it's
dumb.
non-lethal.
Yeah, how does
Well,
that
no,
work?
he does he does 94 points of lethal damage. And so say this guy has 200 hit points. He does, or let's say he has 180 hit points. He does 94 points of lethal damage, and then an equal amount of non-lethal damage, which means he would have taken 185 points total, but half of that would have been non-lethal, which means he would have been knocked out rather than killed. But in this case, he only had 78
I see. Okay.
points of damage. He did 94 plus bleed, and the coils of light fall with the creature.
Using-
Well, no, they don't. They hold him up. He's held up. He's like, it is that brownish kind of ichor is spewing out all over the ground, and a cheer rises up. Yes.
Yeah, I'm using spring attack, so I use the rest of my move action to
Okay.
end up where I'm at.
Gotcha.
Farina, twice you felt something move past you.
Or well,
God,
Farina has scent.
I
Oh,
probably
you
just
smelled
overdraft.
something go past you twice.
This feels phrasing capability.
Hold on.
Because
Yeah,
Gatto
you felt
covered,
something go this
Body
way,
spray.
and then you felt something go that way.
Gatto is doused in cheap cologne, so I don't think you need.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
You
think
smell
need
Drakkar
scent.
Recognize
Noir.
it right
I don't
away.
think you need scent.
I was gonna say he's a polo man.
It's the Axe body spray. Everybody
Axe
can
body spray,
scent him.
lots of
I never have to shower. I just have to add more axe.
The axe of our time was Drakkar, wasn't it?
Drakkar Noir, yeah. Bless that shit up.
I was an English leather man myself.
Not me. I was Royal Copenhagen, man. The blue
Ooh.
stuff.
That sounds like a tobacco. Nice.
Royal Copenhagen. Yeah, it was great. My mother-in-law gave me like a bottle of it for Christmas one year. That was like a quart of aftershave, and I was like, it's gonna take me the rest of my life to use this. But yeah,
And
She
it
didn't
went
want
bad.
to-
I gave this to my dad once when I was about 14.
what is that?
It's some sort of aftershave. I forgot the brand.
Is that a
It's-
Trojan warrior
it's a
head?
Trojan. It's a Trojan head. But you can see how much Dad used over
Oh my God.
over the 35 years that he had it.
How's it smell?
nice.
That's just the times it fell over and spilled.
Yes, basically.
That is awesome. Yeah, our grandchildren will see that Antique Roadshow. Oh, that was comes from the old Trojan perfume collection, cologne collection. How much do you think this is worth? I don't know, $600. Nothing. Nothing. It's worth nothing.
It's
worth
worth
nothing,
nothing
yeah.
at all.
Nothing.
Wait, what just
Well,
happened?
At that point, we drop out of initiative because there are no more locusts. You guys have killed them all. The swarms sort of discombobulate with no one controlling them. They sort of discombobulate and disperse. There's still a lot of bugs flying around, but they're not
Attacking.
biting people.
Okay, and what am I doing?
Well, you are still affected by the thing.
No.
Yeah, you're still that. So give us another D100.
Is that something Lothar can cure? I don't know how to cure that.
Well, that's why I was wanting that turn to end so that somebody would have a chance to react to my babbling, but.
Well, Jennifer can take care of it.
Would you
I
roll
need to identify it though. That's the challenge. How do I identify it? I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
10? So 10
Act normally.
act normally, so you can speak intelligently. You've sort of pierced some of the hallucinations. You may even recognize that you are hallucinating.
I
He
might
can
think that
act
it's
normally. It
a-
doesn't mean he will.
I don't know what it is, but I would most likely assume it was that damn demon blood disease again. Because that would probably be the closest thing he would know.
Potentially. Yeah, you started. Well, you didn't really hallucinate them. You were just mad all the time. Like my father.
Well, he knows something's going on, though. He knows he's out of his mind. He knows.
Well, he knows. Yeah, he knows that. Well, you could. I mean, if you get a glimpse of reality here, and you know that these creatures did something to you that is.
And that's what I would say. They did something to me. I'm not in my right mind. I need. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So here's
to kill him.
I'm gonna call out to Lothar. Lothar, are you gonna come in here or are you hanging out? I'll go find Lothar.
I'm coming in.
I'll just tell you, I've got this spell of atonement. I don't know. It's for crazy. I don't know much about it. I'm not really sure why I'm the one hanging on to it.
That's a nuclear option, the atonement spell, probably. That's
I'm
the
gonna
one
make a
from our.
knowledge.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a knowledge religion check. Is it religion or planes? Because planes has to do with the outer stuff.
I think religion.
Okay. Well, I clicked the button.
Okay. Nope. Yeah. I mean, you would recognize that these demons have done something to him that have warped his mind. But from your point of view, you're not sure what could help him or what exactly is wrong. And frankly, as a healer with powerful healing spells, doing the wrong thing could make things worse.
Yeah.
And I think, we only have to look back to several dozen occasions in the past where doing the wrong thing around Fletcher made things monumentally worse.
Yeah.
No, I probably as a healer, your first guess would be, if he's benighted in some way, a heal spell would probably be the answer because it usually is. I don't know if you want to do that.
Well, and I think a heal spell fixes everything.
I don't know if it fixes this though.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Because this is a power that these creatures have.
Yeah.
As part of the thing. So I'll just read you
the following. It immediately ends any of the following adverse conditions: ability damaged, blinded, confused, dazed, dazzled, deafened, diseased, exhausted, fatigued, feeble mind, insanity, nauseated, poisoned, sickened, and stunned. It also cures 10 hit points of damage per level.
Okay, so this is what this is called. This is called a Cursed Brand. It's a supernatural ability. A creature that fails its saving throw against a greater apocalypse locust's breath weapon has his flesh branded by the fire and suffers hallucinations for 24 hours. During this time, the victim becomes tainted, good aligned clerics, blah, 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 blah. Clerics who have classes that are restricted to good alignment or lawful alignment is treated as ex-member to that class. The last sentence is atonement instantly ends this effect.
Yeah, I don't think heal does it.
It spells
I don't know
out
that
what spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that heal would help this.
Okay.
Ferrato's got atonement though, so that's kind of handy.
Yeah, but I don't know that it would.
But we don't know to use it.
Yeah, that's true.
I rolled a 16 on knowledge religion. I'm not supposing there's a cutoff between 15 and 16, is there?
Say that again?
I rolled a 16 on knowledge religion. I don't suppose there's a cutoff that you get more information if you're over 15.
No, not really.
You said it's supernatural. Would that be like Arcana maybe too, or planes, or
Potentially, I would think more planes than Arcana.
Bartos
All
can
right.
try to figure it out?
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm gonna
36. So
Actually, +4, so 40, because he's got that new thing.
40. Okay. Oh, okay, good. So yeah, 40. I mean, you would be like, look, I've read in certain tomes about these creatures, and that they do have these sort of powers, and you can walk over there and look at his sort of the burn marks, and you can see that they are marked in runes almost on his body. The breath weapon delivered runes, and then you point at it like this is a curse or some sort of thing that it's polluting him. And you could tell that it would be worse for him if he was a paladin or a cleric or something of that nature. But beyond that, you're not sure about the atonement part.
It's like what the Herald had though, which we used atonement on him. So
yeah.
That's a good point.
Oh,
And
good.
doesn't at least one of us have the immediate atonement spell? Did we use all of them?
No, I
I
think
didn't,
Jennifer
yeah.
said she didn't, still has hers, or I guess
I didn't
Bartlett
use
has hers.
mine. I didn't
Yeah.
use mine. Nope.
I'll use
So,
mine.
so you have a finish the last word and atonement happens. So if
What
you
is
think that
yours?
this,
What is yours that you have, Jennifer?
It's a scroll. It's a scroll with the spell of atonement. Which frankly, I'd be glad to give to you or Lothar to use. Whenever we do need it, whether it's today or tomorrow. Not quite sure how I ended up carrying
Well,
it.
might as well use it now. I mean, I think pretty sure that's what's gonna fix this, so. Might as well read it.
I'd rather not
Well,
have
I can read it though.
a crazed Fletcher at our back.
I have a
Is it-
spell.
Well, the alternative is holding for 24 hours, but you realize that may not be an option. Whatever's planning on coming through that door, that portal, the locusts were, your guess is that these apocalypse locusts were performing whatever ritual they have to perform to set it up so that portal becomes permanently open.
right?
Is that a spellcraft roll?
Yeah. It's
It's something that Bardos would
it's-
already have
it's a-
sorted out.
So we
It's a
fixed
cleric,
them.
it's a cleric thing. Atonement is a cleric spell, so I wouldn't
yeah.
want to. Yeah, Lothar.
There you
would-
go. It's all
give
yours.
us-
So, yes, we fixed them so they can't do it permanently, but now I think this plan B or part two of this plan is to jump through said portal to deal with whoever's on the other side. Hopefully our main baddie. As I recall.
Well, so Bardos kind of puzzled through this last time, where he's like, look, Bardos, when you guys saw the first battle, you saw that Aponivicius was leading personally. You thought Aponivicius is personally leading the armies, but it was a 600-foot tall Aponivicius who was leading through that. Bardos was able to determine that this was a projection of some sort that was coming from somewhere else, meaning that Aponivicius was leading her troops in some sort of, from a remote point so that maybe she could be safe, or maybe she just didn't want to be there, or what have you, or maybe she just want to manifest herself in a way that her armies would appreciate. As far as you guys know, you guys have been down here in the basement for a while, but when you guys were last outside, that giant kaiju-sized Aponivicius was still out there leading the battle. And that battle is still going on. I mean, even though you're a couple of levels down in the ground, you could still hear the sounds of it going on outside. Muffled for certain, but you can hear it. Bardos also, once he got a look at this portal, was basically like, look, this could be a two-way gate, essentially. They're trying to, you were able to determine that these locusts were trying to permanentize this thing, which they may have already succeeded. It might be permanent in a certain way, but right now at least it's exhibiting all the evidence of being open and for the foreseeable future. But you definitely can tell that it's a two-way portal. That's when Lothar came in and said, look, the last time I spoke to the children of Erastil, they told me that there was, and I forget exactly how the words went. Lothar, do you remember exactly how we did that?
Yeah, they said that the attacking army had a secret that they were keeping very close to their vest that was going to give them an advantage. And it seems to me that the ability to gate in directly to the bottom of the Citadel is probably what they were keeping a secret.
Makes sense.
So, but not to get ahead of that, who's doing the atonement on Fletcher?
I think you should, Lothar, with the scroll.
Bless
Right.
you.
Bless you. I'll be right. Hold on that second. I'll be right back. You guys decide who's going to do this.
I'll
See
do
if
it.
works. Maybe this works.
God, I was like, let me hold all your valuables while I do the spell.
I've
Yeah.
got a 20 on use magic device.
Yeah, if Lothar's going to snatch the scroll out of Gatto's hand.
And I think once Fletcher's out of this spell, he's also gonna be pissed that he missed the whole freaking combat.
I know.
But that'll enrage you further for the next combat.
Yeah, he should get super rage in the
You
next
should
combat.
demand bonus from less for missing this battle. I want a +7 on every
on.
attack now.
Gatto
Stupid
points out to
magic.
Fletcher that he killed one of them.
And-
While you were babbling, I killed one of them.
Man. He's gonna be
Contemplating eating the
fine.
lobster on your arm.
Yeah.
All right, so Lothar will take the scroll and read it to cast atonement on Fletcher.
Okay. All right. So atonement is well within your capabilities. Atonement is well within your spell capabilities, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So there's no spell check for casting a scroll that you can't do or anything like that. You cast the atonement, and immediately, Fletcher, it's like your brain begins to clear. Your thoughts begin to become more coherent. You sort of shake it off, and you look at Lothar and you realize that the hallucinations, I mean, it's still a little weird at the corners, but the hallucinations seem to have passed.
He starts cussing up a storm.
Damn it.
Freaking son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Lothar, you didn't cast atonement, you cast obscenity.
Lothar's gonna make the little holy symbol to, oh, forgive him, Father, and then burst. Because right now everybody is in range.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead and burst.
Yeah, there's some folks that are hurt.
Okay.
The 30.
Thank you.
Yay.
All right, you're gonna include the Crusaders in that? Any
Yeah,
injured Crusaders?
Yes,
The
yeah.
Crusaders are included.
Okay.
I took a 5-foot step up to make sure that everyone was in it.
Perfect. After a few moments, the Crusaders are like, Optimist Primes. The old commander comes over and he's like, I think we've done them a good turn, don't you? It's good working with you, Primes. Excellent work. What's your next plan? What do you plan to do about that thing over there? I worry that there may be more of these things on the other side of it. We're just waiting to come through. Okay, we will have a devil of a fight. He's holding his arm, sort of like his shield arm. His sword is back in there. The dwarves are sort of clustered around him, and like what? Yeah, what's the plan?
Well, Flashheart immediately strikes him dead because if he's calling us primes, clearly he's a demon.
No, that's the nickname. You guys got that nickname,
the
so now
Optimus
it's
Primes, okay.
you're the Optimus Primes now.
So
guess
have we decided that we're going through this gate, trying to deal with the problem at the source?
That's Flashheart's wish.
Very brave
But-
mind, yeah.
A greater dispel would probably potentially shut it down. Bardos, you've
won
toyed
this
with the
game.
idea of trying to pull it down, and you think there's a possibility, but does it saw you off from the possibility of swooping in and finishing this war, this
Which is
battle?
what- Yeah,
Let's go in.
I feel it's the risk. If we have a
Well,
chance.
It seems to me that the masses, the army is on the battlefield. If Aponivicius has retreated somewhere else to project his or herself and be inspiration, they probably wouldn't have taken too large a force with them, because that would be less force on the battlefield.
Right, he wants to keep most of his force here.
Right. So it seems like Bardos's plan to go through this gate and catch Aponivicius unaware and try to cut the head off the snake for real there has merit. But we need to decide if that's what we're going to try and do.
Scary,
Obviously, it's high risk
yeah.
because we don't know what's on the other side.
Right.
Well, Lothar, my friend, everything we've done in the last 5 years has been high risk.
Now, we do believe it's a two-way gate, right? You can go back and forth.
That's correct. That's
You
what
think?
Bardos thinks. Yeah.
Would you like me to stealth in there and scout out just the opening?
Do you think that you can do that without getting stuck or caught?
Well, if I do it, I'll not only be invisible, but I will use my stealth to the best of my ability, and
Which is pretty good.
which is pretty good.
Medium.
And I'm not going to go far. I'm just going to see what's there just on the other side of the gate, and then I'll come back.
All right, you
Oh,
got 10 seconds.
I'm not accusing you of extraneous bravery. I just want to make sure. Do we have the ability to put message or something on him that would allow us to communicate?
If I go through a plane, probably not.
It's not, we're not guaranteed that this goes to a plane.
Okay,
It's possible.
What kind of message do you want to leave?
No, I mean like a message.
no, cast
spell.
message where you
So
can
that-
talk to me
so
back
that-
and forth.
Yeah, I
So
can
the-
cast message on everybody. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Now, if the message spell drops or is unavailable, that means you did travel off the plane.
Right.
And in which case, I think Bardos's idea is a good one. 30 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it is. We
No, I
count to
wouldn't even
that.
give it that around.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm
6
okay
seconds.
with 12.
Okay, 12. Whatever that is, if you don't come back in 12 seconds, then what do we do? Do we come in after you? Do we remember you fondly?
As far as he knows, we're going to come after him.
You come in and save me.
As far as he knows.
As far as you know.
You come in thinking that there's some immediate danger, but you do come in and save me.
Immediate danger with an extremely high perception check.
Yes.
All right, hold on. I got a bunch of stuff to get here. Hold on a second. If you're, are you gonna? So you're gonna. So let me get this straight. You're gonna go through this this portal by yourself, stealthing onto potentially some other plane.
And invisible.
Invisible. Okay.
Do you have
Well,
greater?
that changes
invisible
everything
on
because
them?
nobody can see invisible in this town.
Is it greater invisible what you had down? I can give you greater invisible if you want it.
Oh shit, yeah, I'll take that.
Well, that's just gonna make him think he can attack once and get away with it.
Gotta attack something?
Okay, you got that for 15 rounds. Once you
Okay.
leave.
Les,
Yeah.
I'm gonna step through the portal.
All right. So you've got greater invisibility on you.
Greater invisibility, and I'm using stealth, and I'm
And
asking
message.
Ned if he might help me a little bit.
Okay. Send me a message. Tell me how Ned's going to help you, or how you want Ned to help you. Because I'm typing up everything that you need to know. Okay. Fine. That's your stealth roll?
That is my stealth roll.
Okay, hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Nobody saw me.
Shit, I'm not sure I see you.
Hey, guys, I will let you know, I rolled a 67 for stealth.
Wow.
Is that even possible? How's that possible? Crazy.
Well, I get plus 20 for being invisible. So it was only a 47.
On 3 or on D20 is still pretty impressive.
Still impressive.
That's why, Gordon, when you said you're gonna catch me sometime, I'm also gonna use stealth, not just invisibility. If I do something and I don't want you to know.
What do you mean if?
Okay. So let me see if I can send you this all at once. I bet I can't. And I don't want to tip
Why don't you
off.
text it to me and then I'll text it to Don. Make sure it's safe that way.
Why don't I just text it to everybody? All right, hold on. All right, I got like
Or
several
just
more.
Say it out loud. Well,
Not saying it out loud.
You
Because,
take Latin. We can't decode that.
oops, fuck that up. All right. Everyone ignore that. It's because copying the flavor text doesn't, it has a bunch of it has a bunch of hard returns in it that I have to fix. and I
Oh,
could-
shit.
Yeah. Did you see that last one there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I fucked that one up too. All right. Anyway, that's that's what you see.
I go back.
Okay.
Now, I don't see any creatures.
No.
Okay.
You can hear them though.
Okay. Hey guys,
Well, I'm curious. I can't wait to hear what you tell these guys, to be honest with you.
I hope he just says, looks clear.
All clear, let's go. You go first.
Yeah.
no.
Go
what do you got?
first.
It's a huge room where they're storing a buttload of those bombs that we had seen before. It looks
Like an ammo dump?
25, yeah, like an ammo dump.
No, not like an ammo dump, like a staging area, like they're preparing to move those through the portal.
Oh, right. Bring the whole Citadel down.
Hey, Les,
yeah.
when he was on the other side, did message work?
It did not work. So
Okay.
yeah, so those of you with message, when he passed through the portal, you could tell that he was sawn off from the spell. Your guess is that portal leads to somewhere else, different plane. Probably abyssal.
So there's 25 of these bombs, quick count. No one's right there right now, but I did hear creatures in the distance.
Yeah.
Can you set him off, Gato?
I had no way of setting them off, so I did not. If one of you guys wants to go in there and just,
Lightning strike.
fireball or
Thinking-
magic missile one.
Oh, can't do it with magic missile.
Yeah, hard way.
But you could fireball it?
Flaming arrow?
Well, it's possible. I mean, it looked like so.
Do you have delay fireball? Because you don't want to be in that room when 25 of these things go off.
How about
Well-
heat metal?
Dude, you have great reflexes. You'll be fine.
Well,
I'm not doing it.
So one of the things you saw, there was a big pile of detonators in things that you recognized as the detonators. Now they hadn't been attached to the bombs yet, but they were sitting in a pile over to the in the corner. So yeah, I mean this is a large room. And it has a big balcony. So the place that you came in, so you came in the portal, came through the portal, and you were basically on the bottom floor of a multi-level room.
Right.
On
80
that
foot
bottom
high.
floor, a big portion of that room was taken up by an enormous floating magical platform upon which were all those bombs that you saw.
Bombs.
Over to the left, you saw in a sort of like stacked up over against the wall were what looked to be brand new detonators. Now the detonators hadn't been attached to the bombs yet, but they were all sort of prepared. You also, so then there was in front of you, there was a balcony, and there you could see over to the left, there was a little ramp that led up into the balcony.
Led up to it, and there were some glowing runes
Well, the runes were on the thing behind
on the
you.
alcove. On the
Yeah.
alcove.
No, it was on the door that you came through.
In the door I
There
came
were,
in. Okay.
yeah, the stonework. So it was all sort of made of this reddish stone. All the walls were, and then behind you on the stonework was like an arch, and it had like glowing green runes on it. And the portal itself glowed green, which was different from what you saw on the other side. But it may be just like a weird thing. In the distance, you could hear demonic voices, many of them, and it sounded like those same sort of Nalfeshnee commandos that you guys fought on the tower. It had that same sort of guttural aspect. You couldn't, even if you speak Infernal, which I think you do, or Abyssal, which I think you do. You couldn't. It was too far away.
Too far away to
But
make it out.
you sounded. I mean, it sounded. Well, frankly, it sounded like someone giving orders and other creatures responding. You know, that kind of thing.
Kapla! Wait, no.
Kapla!
If you guys want me to go back in there real quick, I'll set up one of the detonators to blow up one, which will result in all of those bombs going off. then we can wait, 10 minutes and see if the portal still works. But at least we'll get the bombs out of the way.
I think that's an excellent plan.
Yeah, it keeps us from, it limits us from being able to maybe find the senior leader we're looking for. What's her name?
Well, the other
Well,
side of
It's
that,
gonna cause a lot of damage to the room, but
there's
I
no
don't know
people
how
in that
much.
room.
Huh?
Well, there's also no people in that room.
There's
Right.
no people in that room, but
Will it damage the portal as well?
I don't know.
We're speculating.
Bartos,
if-
give me a knowledge arcana on that.
If nothing else, it would take out the bombs so that they couldn't be brought
40.
through and used against us.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
40 on the knowledge arcana. Your guess is that setting off bombs of that nature would not negatively affect the portal, unless it might negatively affect people who are on the wrong side of the portal, but the portal itself would provide a protective thing. If you were on the Drezen side of the portal when the bomb's going off, the likelihood is that you would be completely protected from the explosion.
But the room on the other side might preclude going through that portal again if it's covered with rocks, right?
So what Gato would tell you is that he did see the walls of the place look to be made of some sort of reddish stone. So it's possible if those bombs go off in there, if it's underground or something like that, it could foment a collapse. Sure. You guys saw
But
the
that's not necessarily a
damage.
bad thing.
You guys saw the damage that one of those things did. Gato's telling you that there's a platform in there with 25 of them on it. So if that platform was brought through in one way or the other, or something like this, and
that'd be
detonated down
devastating.
here,
Yeah.
it would potentially be enough to destroy Citadel Drezen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something we'd like to stop.
And
Maybe we
then,
can go
and
in
after
and-
just go ahead. I'm sorry.
maybe we can go in and set it off there more tactically. Maybe we can find a way to use these to our advantage rather than just blowing them right away.
Sounds also intimidating.
Sounds risky.
Risky is our business.
Well, the other thing that these bombs fund is that once these 25 bombs went off underneath Citadel Drezen and collapsed the Citadel, then they would emit a huge amount of poisonous gas.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Flash Hearts. I say we hedge our bets. We either leave Gato behind in the room with the detonators to detonate if things go upside down for us, or we explore further in there and see if we can find leadership, take them out, and then set the bomb off behind us, further closing their abilities to injure Drezen.
Well, that's a good point with the poison. I forgot about that. If those are detonated on that other side, then they weren't really destructive, were they? They were more of a gas kind of thing.
Well, they were very
destructive.
they were
Some
very
destruction.
destructive.
Yeah.
They took
Yeah,
part of the
and-
tower out.
And they were filled with shrapnel. Now, Gato hasn't had a chance to examine these. These may be, the bombs that those Nalfeshnee were sort of parachuted in with were designed to be so they were three-way bombs. They did concussive damage, which they were destroying the brickwork of the stuff of the Citadel, of the tower. They also were filled in the interstitial spaces within them with anti-personnel stuff. They were filled with shrapnel, and they had the poison gas element. With these, the shrapnel element, if you're going to detonate it underneath in the bottom of a citadel, the shrapnel is sort of icing on the cake, right? There might be shrapnel in there, but they might have taken the opportunity to just fill it with more poison gas stuff. Because once imagine the concussive effect of these bombs. 25 bombs go off in conjunction in the bowels of Citadel Drezen. Citadel Drezen collapses in on itself. When that happens, you suddenly find a huge plume of dust being thrown into the air. Dust and material because of just the nature of what happens. All this stuff is collapsed and thrown up in the air. Within that dust now is those particles of that poison gas, which is now being spread all over the city.
most of the citizens we concentrated in the Citadel. So
They would be close, yeah. Except for you know, the
people who sally
units
forth, yeah,
the
they
units
sally
the
forth.
units that are outside of the city fighting the
Colina.
demons. But think of the morale bonus to the demons and the morale hit to the Crusaders who are outside of Drezen when they look backward and they see Citadel Drezen collapse in a huge explosion. Frankly, a lot of these Crusaders, they would look back and say, Drezen is finished. We need to escape. We need to escape, regroup with the Queen's forces in the south. Drezen would be lost.
So this is
Potentially.
definitely their secret, the thing that Lothar was talking about then, huh?
It's possible.
So you go for the riskier part of the plan where we can see if we can end this battle altogether, or we just deal with this part of it so that this is one less thing to deal with and then sally forth ourselves into the battle.
I think the explosive stuff would work in some situations, but most of the demons are going to shrug off any of the poison gas or anything. It seems like that's more damage to us than it is to them.
If that's what we're looking for as our primary thing, but a primary thing is just denying them the capability of using it at Drezen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think just destroying the bombs where they're at is fine. I don't know if we need to, I don't know what we do with them.
Well, I'm just saying that maybe we should search where those bombs are, the rooms are nearby the bombs to see if there's a, anything else to achieve there. And make sure we blow these bombs up on the way out.
Now, Nalfeshnee demons are immune to poison.
Yeah.
So yeah, that gas that those bombs emit probably doesn't affect them at all.
How long did the gas hang around?
Well, not long for us because Verado
And we blew it away.
we used a gust
we
of
used the
wind
wind,
to-
yeah.
to go
Yeah, you
away.
guys used the wind, but it was so as a gas, it wasn't, so it was heavier than air. So it was thrown upward and spread by the explosion. It's really, these bombs are really designed quite nicely. It's because the concussive effect of the explosion throws because remember when you, Gatto, when you looked in there, you saw that there was a lot of glass. The barrels themselves are filled with glass flasks. Some of those flasks have liquid in them, which you as maybe, I mean, I don't know if you're an alchemist or anything, but you're thinking that's probably the explosive part.
That's the napalm, yeah.
That's a napalm. Then there's other flasks also inside there that have powders. And you're thinking that what happens is the concussive effect of the bomb throws these powders in the air. And so maybe maybe gas isn't necessarily the right terminology to use. It's more
Dust.
like it's more like dust. Yeah, poisonous dust
Or
that
gets
is
thrown
thrown
up and just
upward,
floats back down.
spreads around. Because you can remember there was that black dust that fell on the top of Citadel Drezen when you guys blew it away. It's heavier than air, but it responds well to concussive effect.
Can we, to send that off, do we think that would destroy the gateway?
It
We
would not.
don't think that.
Bardos does not think it would destroy the gateway. In fact, he thinks if you guys were on this side of the gateway when those bombs go off,
We
you
wouldn't
guys would
feel
be
it.
protected. Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm still not standing right in front of the gate though.
yeah,
I'm
none
gonna-
of that would
I
come
would say
through.
absolutely you have to destroy the bombs, and I don't think they have any ability to help us destroy whatever's on the other side. All I'm saying is that if there's this portal allows us to get access to their heroes here. Let's see if we can finish them as well while we're destroying these bombs.
So Mike's back. How much of that did you catch? Did you just get here, Mike? I just noticed you're here.
How's the fridge, buddy?
I just sit down.
How's the fridge?
Dead.
Oh, shit.
Was it a power surge?
I told her that she does not know that when she calls. She just bought this fridge like a year and a half ago.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
I said, don't mention anything about a power outage. Just tell them it just stopped working.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I'm
would.
just minding my own business.
Yep. So I grabbed all of her stuff in her freezer and put in her deep freeze, and then grabbed all of her stuff from her fridge and brought it over here and threw it in my extra fridge. Or actually, Zach is throwing it in her extra fridge right now.
Great. All right, so I think I can give Gatto a better look at what I'm actually talking about here. So
my
what I'd like-
Gato went across the portal. There's a huge room on the other side with some more of those demons, the tactical demons, and there's like 25 bombs over there. On
So
the
you're
other
gonna
side
move
as
just
well.
my character over there?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so
Bearing
what,
the lead that we had some amazing damage blows to these demons while you were gone. That would have made Storm proud.
Fletcher did
it's-
nothing.
I don't believe that one.
Yeah, he did
He
nothing.
really didn't do anything.
It's
All right.
true.
So as far as I can tell, no one else but Gato can see what is in there.
I see
Gato's
the
at-
module.
You better not. Are you fucking with me? All right, that's a
He
level.
always fucks with you. Let's-
That's a level.
Level drain.
So Gato, can you see?
Yes.
All right, so you have just stepped out of the portal, which is to your east,
Yes.
and you are in the bottom of that area. You can see? Well, I'm assuming you can see everything.
I can see everything.
I'm gonna
Okay.
role play from my hotel bed here while you guys talk.
Role play is not a euphemism, is it? Just want to make sure.
I didn't go off camera, so you're.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe you need to go off camera.
So okay, so let me know when you are ready to talk about things
I'm ready.
with your friends.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
and
Well,
unless you
you're
have
gone.
any questions.
Mike, while you're gone, I was basically for Flash. I was basically advocating. Like, guess we could blow these bombs up.
The voices I hear are coming from down here, right?
No, they are not. They're coming from the northwest.
I didn't
Oh.
hear what you said so far, Matt.
Okay.
I was just saying that I was advocating. Flash, I was advocating that instead of just blowing these bombs up, maybe we secure the room where the bombs are in. Keep Gato behind to blow them up, and then go
Give me-
find what else is here. If there's anything
Don,
else
give me
we
a
can
quick
accomplish.
perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I wanna,
Okay, so there is some noise coming from down there. It's like a hissing or a sparking.
okay.
You can, if you want, go ahead and move down there. You can take a quick look before you head back and set off all the traps. No, I didn't say that. Do you see that? It's
I'm trying
looking,
to zoom in.
it's looking at you too.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's looking right at you. But there are
Wait,
two.
even with my stealth check?
Oh, well, that was your old stealth check. Make a new stealth check.
Let me make a newer stealth check. Hold on. I'm gonna do it without the invisibility, just because she sees through that. Okay.
It might. So yeah, well, yeah, and she's got a really staunch perception too.
What do you want it with or without invisible though?
Oh, invisible doesn't matter to her.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
shit.
she's looking right at you. She's looking very curious. She's looking kind of curious at you, like, and you can see. Well, you could see what you see.
The rest of us see black, right?
Correct.
Right.
You should anyway.
Okay.
All right, going back.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to confirm.
All right, so Gato pops back out of the thing again, and he's like, "Oh," he looks. Frankly, he may look even more frightened than he came when he came back the first time.
Hell.
Oh, dear.
I'll walk over and give him a drink. Here you go.
It's gone. Do you need to have? Do you have another?
Thank you, sir. May I have another? All right.
Okay.
So, what are you going to tell him?
There's a creature not too far from the room where the casks are, with the bombs. She looks see, were there two sets of bars between me and her?
2 sets.
Oh, so she's
Okay.
a prisoner?
Well, I might assume that, but I'm not going to.
It's not creepy like the little girls that were in the Baphomet's prison, right?
Oh, God.
Not
Those-
creepy
those
like
were
that, but
scary.
probably more dangerous.
away.
Well,
Those were scary.
Please tell me she doesn't have red hair.
Oh, God. Run away.
no, she's got hair of fire,
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
she's
red
a
hair.
redhead.
Oh,
Okay.
so it is red hair.
not
Um,
redhead, fire hair.
Guys, I do want to go in there and just set the bombs off right away. Come back in here
I think that's still a good idea.
and wait a while. Can I
Yeah,
do
I'm good
that?
with
Well, theoretically, I mean, you saw the detonators. I mean,
Yeah.
theoretically, you could go in there, attach the detonators, set up some sort of triggering mechanism.
I
And
think
then-
one of us should go with you, though, at least one of us. To provide support, somebody who can plane shift, preferably.
Okay.
Night plane shift.
Which
Well, I think any of our casters can plane shift.
So I'll go with you.
Is everybody going?
Well, no, in case this goes incredibly south.
You mean
We
like if
only
somebody
will-
turned off the portal at the exact wrong moment?
Yeah, we don't, well, we're not worried about that because we're taking somebody who can plane shift.
Okay.
Sounds so confident when you say it that way.
I try.
What if he rigs the bombs wrong and it goes off too fast?
Impossible.
The good Lord said he can get me out of this, but he's pretty sure you're fooled.
Pretty sure you're fucked. He's wanted
So-
on his island. Gato
It's
is.
my island.
My
So-
island.
You feel confident from what you learned dealing with the bombs in the past that you have an understanding plus a ridiculously high skill at this.
So Les, would I use a disabled device to set the detonator?
No, it'll take you time to set the detonators is different. I mean, it's one thing to break something. It's another thing to set something.
To set something.
To set those detonators on all 25 of those bombs.
Oh, I'm just setting one detonator on one bomb.
10
Because
minutes.
if one bomb goes off, it'll set off all the others.
I'm thinking it'll set off the other bombs. Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, considering what happened when the one bomb that you guys have seen go off went off.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems like it might. But it'll take you, I mean, you estimate 10 minutes for you to set off that bomb, which gives your friends chance to talk to that creature behind those bars. Maybe let her out.
Get her out. Well, That's
can
If she's
find
a
out.
great
she's a
idea.
prisoner, she's a natural creature, maybe of some sort.
No natural creature has fire for hair.
Well, some do. I did one time, and now it's all gone, but because of the fire. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's other things you guys can do while he's setting this things up. Check and see if Aponivicius is here.
10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah,
That's a long
Hey,
time,
Les.
man. We should all go if we're gonna.
Yeah, if we're gonna do that. It's gonna be a while.
Okay.
Les, what's this email at 9:09 says skull crushed?
That's what
That
we're
is-
about while you're gone.
That was so Flashheart charged the last remaining Apocalypse Locust and got a crit.
Uh-huh.
That was the crit.
Wow.
That was, I went to the chart.
Yeah.
That's what it got on the chart. Skull crush.
That's what he
instant
got out of
death.
the crush. Instant death crit. That never happens. That never happens.
That's impressive.
I was in Fletcher level damage.
Meanwhile, Fletcher was just babbling.
It was the equivalent of 177 or 178, I can't remember, points of damage. He basically leaped in the air, brought radiance down on the creature's head, and cleaved it in twain, as the kids say.
And then Radiant sang for us all.
And then radiance
yeah.
sang. I gotta get some more. I gotta find some more Wagner,
Yeah.
Wagner kind of things that I could just like pop
Okay.
in here.
Duel of
Some-
Fates. That's the one I want.
What do you want? Duel of the Fates?
Yeah, that by John Williams there in Phantom Menace when Darth Maul's throwing down.
Got it.
That's a great piece of music.
I will find it for you. I will find it for you, and it will be your song. All right. So yeah.
Hey,
So
guys,
I
if
mean,
we're gonna do this, we should hurry because I don't know how long they're gonna
Absolutely.
be following orders before they come in here.
well, if
Yep.
you set a detonator, I mean, you can set the trigger, which means Gatto, I mean, you could set a trigger. I mean, it could be a tripwire, it could be a plunger, it could be anything. A timer,
Right.
A loose tooth,
loose, yeah.
yeah, just like a string on it. And
I mean, yeah, you could set a string on it where you guys leap through the portal and yank the.
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Well, my experience is what they were doing before is they were setting a timer so that
Mhm.
after 3 rounds it went off or something like that.
Correct. Yeah, there was you didn't get a chance to look at the detonators itself, but it did
Right.
look like there was some sort of timing mechanism on the detonator that you removed from the bomb that you disarmed.
That's what I would expect to do. I'd be setting a timer.
You speak Abyssal, so the timer markings might be.
How could he talk to his girlfriend if he couldn't speak Abyssal?
I wasn't even going to bring that up, but okay. Are we going there? All right. So I mean,
she's not my girlfriend.
yeah, she's more like his queen.
She's more like my queen.
Yeah, not a girlfriend. What?
There's no
what,
equality here whatsoever.
yeah, what Mike has with a Ruchelet is more like a
Yeah, there you go.
girlfriend boyfriend. What Don has with
Nocticula.
with Nocticula is more like like a sort of queen subject.
I'm a very intelligent pet to her.
Like,
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
it's a sub-dom
dominatrix and
relationship.
John,
Pardon?
What'd you say?
like dominatrix and John.
Yeah,
exactly.
mainly that.
Sub-dom, yeah. He's the sub.
That's the second time in 2 sessions that dominatrixes have come up.
Only 2?
Well, last time it was in return with Fletcher, because of his tolerance for pain. Was going to be a problem for dominatrixes. Like, they sort of bring out the little cat of 9 tails, and he's like, "Look, I have to explain to you something. I've been getting the shit knocked out of me for the last 3 years. You're gonna have to bring a little, you're gonna have to get like an iron bar or something."
Yeah.
You're gonna have to up your game.
Yeah, because that little fart ass whip that you snap and make and make that make everybody sort of cringe. That's not gonna work.
Doing nothing.
It's not doing nothing for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need something to get my blood burning.
I kind of like to see that. I think that would be a great YouTube video. Fletcher talks to his dominatrix. He's like, "Look, we need to talk." "What? I've been beating you nearly constantly since you came here." "Yes, I know, and you've been doing a great job."
Yeah, very proud of you.
Yeah,
Just have some notes.
yeah, you've really
Got some
been
notes.
beating me a lot and that kind of stuff. And it's been great. Don't get me wrong, but we should discuss it.
It's just
Every time I come back to this, step away for a few minutes, come back, and there's these conversations. Get here.
Yeah. Suddenly is like a welcome to BDSM DM.
yeah. What they
Right.
they always fear, demons and BDSM.
Yeah, it's like this is exactly what you guys thought we were doing.
This is why we record these.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Are we what now?
Are we all going in through the gate?
Yes, yes.
It's up to you guys.
The
Yes.
the goal is to just blow up these bombs and remove them from the tactical playing field of our enemies, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not trying to do something fancy or whatever, or go hunt down all these other things, because if
Not yet.
if anybody gets behind us, or if we miss one or two while we're busy fighting the others, they run off. They
Right.
could go carry these through and detonate them while we're busy.
Well, the other side of that coin is if this is sort of Aponivicius's thing, that she set up this portal so that she can deliver this stuff. It could be that this is connected somehow to her lair. Now, nobody really knows where her lair is, but I mean, as Bardos pointed out, Aponivicius is here leading her armies as a projection. Now, those armies are fighting hard, and frankly, from what you saw, they're in the city. They're conducting a lot of destruction. You can hear the explosions outside, so more of those bombs are going off. There were Vrak commando raids. The Nalfeshnee were coming in. You saw fighting in the streets. That's in addition to Irabeth Tirablade and King Harlekar sorting all their guys, basically, like, go out to meet those things. The reality is the army you guys saw from the battlements of Citadel Drezen that was approaching and coming with, and being led by a 600-foot kaiju-sized Aponivicius, you're not sure that Drezen is going to win that fight. So if you guys blow this up in here,
Yeah.
I mean, you could maybe seal the portal, maybe not, but it certainly would keep this bomb set from arriving underneath Citadel Drezen. That's get that totally.
Look,
But
I'm never for splitting the party, but
You're
this
back.
is one of those cases where you might need to split the party to hedge our bets, make sure that this doesn't blow up, that this blows up even a worst case scenario and we're on the other side of it, but we still nuke it. But I think it's worth the option of trying to find Aponivicius on the other side if possible. Might be wrong, might have the wrong situation, but
We're gonna have 10
Why would
minutes.
we
so-
think she'd be there?
why would she be there?
Yeah, why wouldn't she be leading the army, for instance, instead
Well,
of?
they're saying
Whoops.
that's what they're saying is that, I mean, since we first started playing this particular art battle, I think Les was saying that this is clearly a projection, and I think Bardos
It's a
was saying,
projection of her, right?
yeah, she's not the 600-foot kaiju. She's projecting from her position of strength elsewhere, most likely, where she's not at risk. So maybe since this is her ace in the hole, maybe she's not thinking it through that this could also be way back to her.
Okay,
But I say, but if we need to split the party to make sure that these bombs don't fall in the wrong hands or while others scout out to see if she's in this complex somewhere. I mean, there might now be no other way out. Gato, I can't remember. Did you say there was other rooms in this thing
There's
that you saw?
there's other ways in and out, and there's voices I've heard.
in the
Like someone is
distance,
giving command and people are like, yes.
maybe
I'll tell you what, if we don't want to set off the bombs, we could blow up all the detonators.
well, now there's an interesting proposition.
They would still have to go get new detonators, but I mean, at least we could
How about all but one? That we
could do that, and I
yeah,
could keep it.
and then that we just jam it in one explosive before we go.
Right.
I mean, they could do the same thing we were talking about, though, just basically blow up one somehow with a, who knows what,
fireball.
kamikaze or whatever.
Yeah, they probably won't do that again since since Chuck made me embarrass me so hard that I had to give him a a
A
do-over,
reroll, which he has
Yeah.
not used.
which he has not used yet. So
Les is trying to encourage him like the little devil on his shoulder. Why don't you use it now?
Fully done.
lost my swizzles. Oh, here we go.
And me, I'm in my hotel bed sleeping now with my eyes closed.
So
Headphones.
Flash Art, make a decision quick. You and Lothar.
No, I'm all for. I mean, I think Lothar is the opposite side of what I'm thinking. So I think the rest of the party doesn't chime in, but I'm all for exploring the complex and taking the fight to the enemy. If we find out we can't take the fight to the enemy or Aponivicius is not here, plan A still exists and we blow the thing. But this might be the one time we split the party and leave somebody behind to make sure that these don't fall in the wrong hands, below the stack. Either way, preferably on the other side of the gate when we're back in Drezen, but it doesn't have to go that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, it's all pure speculation until we get over there and see. I mean, it could be a small
Right.
place with just a few rooms. It's, who
Could
knows?
just be like a Mama Kobold's living room. You never know. Or kobolds. I used to be afraid of those.
Well, there's also the idea that if you guys, I mean, you've got according to Gatto, you've got the bombs, you've got the detonators. Maybe you could steal them. Remember that Storm was able to deliver one of these bombs on top of the demonic forces. Now, maybe the poison gas doesn't work, but the shrapnel and the concussive effects certainly will.
Where do we store them?
Yeah, we know
So-
she can do these without.
So
much
you say
problem.
like
Store them in the basement of the Citadel Drezen. Just put the detonators in. Roll them into
Store
a
'em right next to
corner.
the store 'em
They'll
right
be
next
ready
each
to go.
other.
Yeah.
Who has so Ferrado, you have alchemical skill, right?
Does he?
Yeah, I do.
Give me a knowledge alchemy.
I'm just folding laundry in the other room, sorry. Let's see.
Happens.
Makes you nostalgic for me washing dishes while playing, right?
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
that's how I felt.
I'm sorry. I mean, Gatto, you think that it is the problem with these bombs is that exactly what happened on the roof of the tower could happen again. Somebody shoots a magic missile or a fireball or something like that, crushes it could be anything. Bibby's crushing a hand. You don't know what sets off those bottles inside. Some sort of, at least your experience is a force weapon will set it off, or a force spell will set them off. But that could be anything. I mean, you don't even know. You could push them off the side of a cliff. Maybe that will set them off because it's all bottles inside. It's not like, it's not like it's filled, that the barrel itself is filled with napalm. It's filled with bottles. Maybe anything that destroys those bottles sets off a chain reaction inside the barrel that ultimately results in an explosion. Now, the detonators obviously have some sort of, have been designed for this purpose.
That's a
But
timing.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
So that's a timing thing. Now Storm noticed when she dropped that on the army, it exploded as soon as it hit the ground, right?
On contact with the ground, yeah.
So.
Well, it basically shattered and then exploded.
Yeah.
Just a matter of how do we delay something that would.
So I think the timers are just that. The detonators are just that, a timer, not necessarily. I mean, that's their purpose, is just to.
What if we sling one up in a rope net and then set the rope to burn and get the hell out of Dodge? So when the rope burns, the bomb falls.
It falls. That might work.
I would just set a detonator timer.
Why don't we hook up some sort of pendulum device where it just keeps sweeping down?
Why are we making it more complicated?
How long does the detonator have, though? Do we know?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked at it.
Wait, I have it. You summon a creature that has limited rounds and they hold a torch in their mouth. And when they disappear, the torch falls and it goes off.
Like the old cigarette gaff from fireworks.
Yeah.
I mean, Gatto, you're pretty much the only one out of the party that has seen these things close up and done any work on them. Frankly, at this point, without more examination, any of those could work. You're just not sure. You do know the barrels are filled with glass vials. Those vials are filled with, on one hand, liquid, and the other hand, powder, which you assume the liquid to be explosive and the powder to be the poison gas. The detonators are exactly as you say. They are a timing mechanism that sets things off at a timing thing. But as was proved on the top of the tower, other elements could set it off.
Set them
and
off, right.
and you suspect, based on what Storm has said, when Storm just released one. Now it
Just
still
an
had
impact.
it still had a detonator on it, but that detonator hadn't been set. That impact was enough to set off the bomb. I'm assuming that Storm was probably 300, 400, 500 feet in the air.
Oh yeah.
Not like 20 feet in the air.
No.
Okay.
Not unless she had to be. No.
Now, in this case, what you've seen is a magical platform holding 25 of these things. Now, they're not wired together or anything, but
No, they're next to each other.
they're basically next to each other, but they're in rows and lines and sort of in cradles.
But
And
I
the
think
idea-
if one goes off, the percussion of each one would break the others and set them all off.
Well, your guess is that somebody planned to widen the portal, bring these things in with the detonators set and blow up Citadel Drezen, essentially.
Right.
Cave in on itself.
And release the poison gas over the whole city. The poison powder, I guess. Which would be aerosolized by the concussion and flame effect of the bombs.
I'd like to go in there, spend the 10 minutes and blow them up, wait a day if we need to go in and see if the gas is dispersed, the cloud is settled.
And
gives
there's
us
a
then
battle
extra
investigate,
rest, too.
waiting a
and then
day.
investigate what we can of the place.
Well, that means we can't search for whoever for a day, and this battle might be.
Yeah, we might have lost, but they're like
Might have
like
lost
this
by
this.
Okay,
We're trying to cut the
okay.
head off the snake, right?
I don't know. You're thinking about what you guys saw outside and the overflights from the Vrox and the Nalfeshnee commandos that were bringing bombs into the city.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, let's go
there's
in.
a real chance that you guys lose this, but that Drezen loses this battle.
Let's go in, take all the detonators, and explore.
It's like a Die Hard scenario. We'll have the
Yeah,
duffel
exactly.
bag with the.
But we're not
Yes,
leaving the
yes.
detonators there.
I have
Yeah.
a machine. I have a bomb now. I have a butt bomb now.
Oh. What a great movie.
I just saw that the other night.
The detonators themselves are not that big, right, Les?
They're not that big. The size of a like a
Shrink.
chainsaw.
Like a sphincter.
Okay.
Can he hide these rectally? Is what he's asking.
No. They're fairly big. I mean, remember that the barrels are bigger than a person.
Right.
These
I can
barrels are
put- I can put one in my special backpack.
a barrel.
Handy haversack. No, not the barrel. One of the
The
detonators.
detonator. Yeah, the detonators themselves are sort of mechanical objects that are about the size of a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Small chainsaw. Like the kind you rent at Home Depot, not the kind you buy
Right.
for actual logging. Chainsaw may not have been the best analogy that I could come up with. But it was the first one
That
I
was
came up
not. no.
Toaster.
with. So yeah. I'm trying to think of something that might be better.
Yeah.
I'll think of something in a minute. But I'm like 3 gin and tonics in, so I'll figure something out.
Figure it's the size of a bread box.
No, it's bigger than a bread box. It's
Three red boxes.
Bread box is about the size of a chainsaw, except for the arm with the chain on it.
This
Well,
is
that's-
the best
that's the important
conversation
part of it.
ever.
it's about the size of 3 coins from my point of view.
But,
Those
but
are
the weight,
huge.
but they're weight of 4 chains.
But how much
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it weigh? That's the important question.
No, I'm trying to think. It's you know what? You know what would be a great analogy? It's about the size of a one of those like a case of bottled water, but not as heavy. They're not as
Oh,
heavy,
okay.
but they're about that size.
All right.
Okay.
That again. We talking the 12-pack or 18-pack?
I'm talking the 18 pack.
Okay.
No, the 12 pack. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, the detonators are not that big. They're not that heavy either. Probably 4 to 6 pounds. They're made of metal and glass and that kind of stuff, and they're a little bit kind of like weirded out. I mean, Gatto sort of puzzled his way through it, and he can read Abyssal, so there's notations in Abyssal on it and that kind of stuff. But yeah, about 4 to 6 pounds and about the size of a 12 pack of water.
Is the forge still working?
No, that hasn't worked for a while.
Okay,
I just had to copy the battle map.
right.
It's been out. Nobody's been down. So that was the beauty of this sort of idea. If it was indeed Aponivicius's idea, was that nobody comes down here.
Nobody
This
comes
was
down
the
here.
area and this forge was where, if you guys will recall, 7 books ago, this was where you guys fought the salamanders.
I fought the salamanders.
I mean, this is where the salamanders bled out.
Yes.
You say potato, I say potato. Where the glorious and noble salamanders died as a result of treachery and deceit. Yes,
Gloriously noble.
yes, this is the place. But yeah, it's been out since then.
That was the first use of when I first got greater invisibility.
Greater invisibility, yeah.
That was our first
Yeah.
use of this fight.
Was not happy about
And
that.
it was awesome.
It was the first time Gallo volunteered to do something.
Sucked.
So,
But yeah, no, I mean this. So yeah, no, that furnace is out.
Okay,
So what's the plan, gents?
so
And
we're all
lady.
gonna go in there and then got stuff while we just poke around and look around, and then based on what he finds, then we'll make a decision from there.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys are all ready to go. So you guys are ready to pass through the portal. So the captain of the Crusaders and the crossbowmen sort of cluster around you and is like, "Do you want us to?" And he's like, "Shall we accompany you, Optimist Primes? It would be our honor, and we have fought with you in this place, and we look forward to fighting with you again. Not, you know what I meant.
With a
I'm under the effect of several opiates that the dwarves gave me. those little bastards. But would you like us to
No,
accompany you?
we need you guys to cover this and make sure no one gets through here.
What do you mean? You mean cover this gate,
Yes,
this portal?
on this side.
It will be done as you ask, gentlemen. Prepare your lines. You go and get more of our men to bring down here. We will protect these lines. Is there anything you need that we can provide other than our heartfelt prayers, our entreaties to Iomedae and other good deities, and then the protection of the portal so that you may escape unharmed, while any creature that comes from within will be destroyed?
do you have any rare, valuable artifacts or gems?
I do. I have many in my room. Come, let me show you.
Just some like really good old whiskey.
Yeah, you guys.
You there, dwarf, go get whiskey now. He runs upstairs and he's like, "Damn, there's a big fight going upstairs, but I raided the build. Here it is." And it's got two bottles of dwarven bourbon that he hands over gladly.
Not fire amber? For our
No,
victory?
that's for the victory. That comes
Okay.
later.
Okay.
So many of you do not know the reference that Don is referring to.
I don't know.
So we had a guy that we used to play with named Mac, and his son played with us when he was like around 18, Devin. And Devin was one of those young kids that was like, he always wanted to be the center of attention. He always wanted to be like right in the mix of things, and he always did the absolute worst possible thing that you could think. And what is it? So I forget what the context was, but we got into some fight and we got our asses like massively kicked to the point where we had to like run away. And so at some point we were like emptying our backpacks to see what was going on. And Devin talks about, I pull out 2 bottles of fire amber. Of included fire amber, and the whole story stops at that point. And somebody said, and it may have been like Libby or Heather, said, "Why? Why do you have this?" And so he goes, and he's we're imagining him like holding these 2 bottles of like this expensive liqueur, and he's like, for our victory. And everybody just lays out laughing. It was potentially, with the possible exception of, do you think we work for the master? As the funniest, stupidest thing that Devin ever said in a game. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. I may have wet myself a little bit. And I know the context is not as great. I try to give as much context as I can. You guys are all like, "Yes, that's a very funny story." At the time, it was brutally funny.
We were so far from a victory.
Yeah, it was like a massive drubbing followed by an ignominious retreat. And he's like, fire amber for our victory.
For our victory.
Oh my God. All right, so you guys, basically you tell the guys of the Crusaders, so stay here. They go and get you some whiskey. You know, for a guy who's been hallucinating only like a half an hour ago, I think probably whiskey is probably the best thing. Dan. And so that they bring you refreshments and sort of there's like we will stand fast. We will set up a barrier here. How long should we wait for you? And should we seek out the mages to dispel this thing? This trap that has been set for us. What would you have us do? Tell us.
Real quick on this, guys. Bardos, can you dimensions door out of where we are or plane shift us?
I don't have
back-
plane shift. That would be a Lothar thing.
Oh, sorry.
I've got plane shift.
Okay, so worst case scenario, we can find our own way home, but who knows? I mean, it'd be safest if we had them dispel this, but what do you guys think?
But how long do we have them wait before dispelling it?
Yeah.
Well, if they can, I mean, Bardos has looked at this thing. He's like, look, I might be able to dispel it, but it's not a guaranteed thing. Bardos, I mean, let's be honest. He's probably the most powerful magic user in Drezen
Yeah.
by a couple of levels, easily.
Well, he's got the nanites too, which really make him.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
he's
cranks
pretty
it
much
up.
got a good shot of doing once or twice a day. He's got a good shot of doing almost anything. But
Pretty much
Yep.
deity level stuff.
right.
You can. I mean, yeah, there's no other mages in this town that would even remotely come close to what Bardos can deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and dispel it as soon as we leave.
No.
No, we don't want to.
They're not gonna be able to.
But
Well, they might be able to, but I mean, are you guys looking to walk back through?
I don't know.
Do we need this for a retreat or not?
I can call a wall of stone up on this side of it, and
Call walls on the other side of it.
I can do that too.
Those
Yeah.
are permanent, aren't they? Wall of stones.
They
Yeah,
are
but
indeed, yeah.
Wait, but he's got
Bits.
gloves that carve through it or something, don't you?
Yeah, I got gloves that I can. Yeah,
Yeah, so it
but
could be
to
permanent.
be honest, if some big wants to get through it, like some big demon, they're gonna bust through that wall of stone. It's only depending on what the dimensions of how tall and wide it is. It can range anywhere from only a couple inches thick to maybe a half a foot thick at best. So
Yeah, but you control that, right?
It's
Yeah.
yeah, but it just slows them down. It doesn't stop them.
yeah, it's not gonna
That's
stop
what I'm
anyone
saying.
from getting through. It's just gonna piss them off. Slow them down.
Well, so those of you who've dealt with Nalfeshnee, which seem to be their shock troops, they are largely lauded as having a strength of 32.
Right, so this will just piss them off for a couple rounds while they break through it, is kind of what it would do.
Well, it would be destroyed by the bomb too. If the bomb went off inside there, the wall of stone would be destroyed.
Right,
Almost certain.
and that's why if I put it on this side, it won't be destroyed.
No, Bardos seems to agree, and Ilindar, I mean, you and Bardos have talked about it a couple of, for a few minutes, and you think that the gate itself provides protection. The bomb, you could set off all 25 bombs, and you think you would be protected on this side. The problem is what happens on the other side.
Right,
It could collapse everything into a thing, and then you try to go through the portal, and there's nothing there but collapsed stone.
right.
At
Is
the
that such a bad thing?
well, maybe not such a bad thing. Certainly, it would keep Aponivicius and her guys from moving into Citadel. Well, I mean,
This way.
at the
Yeah.
same time, it could be that's what they're thinking about doing to you, right? They're thinking about bringing these bombs in, collapsing Citadel Drezen, and then using this gate. Maybe not. Maybe they're just going to use this gate to deliver the bomb, and that heartens the armies outside who are already largely outnumbering the Crusaders. Suddenly, they see the Citadel Drezen collapse, and they're like, so say you're a crusading captain, you've got a cadre of 40 guys that you've been fighting demons all along the river, and you find yourself in Drezen. It's a safe space. Suddenly it's attacked by a 600-foot Merilith and thousands of demons. You ride out to fight, and you see the citadel that you consider to be your sort of safety zone
Only
is
safe
destroyed. What's your next move? I mean, do you throw your life away, or do you run and fight a different day? Because you know that
Run and fight a different day, yeah.
because you know that Queen Galfrey is in the south. She's fighting along the Selen River on the south of the World Wound. Drezen is sort of the pin of the north. If it gets destroyed, you got to get out of there because it's going to be a rout. So yeah, I mean, I think Don has it. You run because it's better to live and fight again than it is to
Mike?
sacrifice your life in a failing battle.
Mike, if you do Wall of Stone, do it on this side so that if the demons come through, they have to waste a couple rounds knocking it down, and that'll give these crossbowmen and fighters on here a warning that they're coming,
Yeah, I can do that.
rather than just popping in and
Murdering them instantly.
murdering them instantly.
I mean,
And then we all-
I'm against these demons, the Nalfeshnee and the Brox and that kind of stuff that they've been deploying for. Your average Crusader has a lifespan of about 30 to 40 seconds,
Yeah.
if that.
Generous.
So let's get on the other side.
All right.
Yeah, let's go through.
All right, so
So
you
you
guys
do the
do-
Wall of Stone on this side first.
Then
we
I
can't do it
get through.
first.
I've got to wait till I get through and then just kind of.
Well, yeah, okay.
Through and
Yeah.
make.
It's okay. Gato really doesn't understand magic.
No, he doesn't.
It's not my forte.
We pat him on the head and say, "Oh, that's cute. Thanks for advising me. I'll take care of this."
All right, so you ready?
As far as you
Ready?
know.
Yep.
Ooh, a roasting.
Hey guys,
fire.
look south.
There's the detonators. Oh, what's south? Ooh, I see
See something. The edges.
All right. All right, so there's a couple of things you see. So let me give you the flavor text here. All right. So you've entered into there. It's a huge chamber, as you can see. And it has an 80-foot high vaulted ceiling that is supported by numerous pillars, which you can see sort of scattered about. And those pillars are carved to resemble coiling snakes. The stone walls, the walls of the building are all they're all made of stone. They're all very finely carved, but plain. The pillars are carved in the shape of snakes, but the walls themselves are very flat and very plain and made of this sort of reddish brown stone. There is as you look behind you, you look up and there's a big sort of stone arch, very crude. There's some like brickwork there, but it's very crude. But it is covered with glowing green runes, which indicate where it is. That kind of stuff. Over here is a 20-foot high balcony. Hold on a sec. Let me just go ahead and do this too. Shit. Okay. I don't know why. Sorry. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna put this as like a little notice there, so you guys know this. So this is. You guys see that?
20 foot up. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 20 foot higher than the floor, and sort of looks over. There's a wooden, a large, thick wooden sort of fence there to keep people from like chucking over the side. It's about 4 feet high. Over here, you see some sort of dais and some sort of curtain over here that's like of brown, and it's made to it's a cloth. At least you think it's a cloth, but it's made to look in the same color and sort of same style as the stone. I mean, it's flat. It's not pleated in any way. That kind of stuff. Over here are two alcoves which have two identical statues sort of sitting in them. And they're just sitting there, sort of looking out onto the thing. But I think the thing that you guys see most importantly is when you look forward, you see an enormous floating platform. The platform itself is floating about 3 feet off the ground. On top of the platform are what look to be lines. Well, essentially there are like wooden cradles which hold those same sort of bombs that you guys have seen. And it looks to be about 20 of them, sort of all sort of array in a, ready to go. Over in the far left corner, the southeast corner, you can see that there are some mechanisms. There's a little pile of like metal and glass mechanisms that are sort of piled up over there in that area. You also see that there is a set of portcullis here of bars. And if you look a little bit further inside, depending on where you are, there's another secondary set of bars and some sort of cell or chamber beyond. And that's what you see. You also hear what Gatto described, which is this sort of like very gruff, abyssal language in the distance being batted back and forth. That kind of thing. It's very sort of military sort of sounding, in that there is one person giving orders or commands or something like that, and then a group of voices that respond. But from this distance, even those of you who speak Abyssal can't tell what's being said.
What did you say about the fabric over here?
Well, it looks like, your first thought is that it's a curtain, but it's designed to look exactly like the walls that are stone. So the curtain is very flat, and it's that same exact color as the thing, but you can see from the distance that there are some, that it does have some variance to it that lead you to believe that it's not a wall, it's a curtain. But it's the same exact color as all the walls and ceiling and everything.
And then right here, is this a step up? Just one step up?
Right. There's a little dais there. It's just like a little step up, maybe 2 feet.
It's almost like a performance, like a backdrop for.
Yeah. Or a dais for somebody to sit if they were giving pronouncements or orders.
Can we tell from this far what this creature is sitting on a pile of? I'm assuming it's bones.
The one in the prison.
Oh, so you guys gonna take a look in there?
We can see her. We can see her down there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go as far
We
as
don't have to
that.
move. We can see her from here. That's what I'm saying. What is she sitting on? It looks like cockroaches.
Okay. Inside there, it's not cockroaches. It looks like bones, rubble, and frankly, there's like little bits of metal and melted pieces of metal in there. You can see some of them are sharp. You can't see much else in there from where you are. It looks like some sort of nest has been put together, but it looks like it's been melted or like fired in some way. The creature that you guys see in there looks like this. And hold on, let me just show you. Did that work? That did not work. No, that didn't work either.
Here it
Oh,
is.
that's it. We're saying no.
Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry that's so small, but essentially you're looking at a very large flame creature that is created that seems to have flames. So all right, let me describe. So this creature looks like a combination of a person and a bird. She's very beautiful. She has this long flowing hair, which seems to have these glowing embers at the ends of it. There seems to be fire sort of coruscating around her body, and that she seems to control. But otherwise, she has either, depending on where you look, she has human-like features or bird-like features. For example, she has She has human-like arms, but her arms are sort of short, and the fingers are sort of stumpy and have these long claws on them. Her legs, especially below the knee, as far as you can see, are absolutely bird-like. They are, and you can see her sort of like, kind of like move forward to look at you guys through the thing.
I have line of sight, right?
Sure.
If so, detect alignment.
Okay, you're gonna detect alignment on the bombs?
No, on a bird lady.
The bombs are neutral. No, on the creature. So the fire creature down in the south has an alignment of. Do you get exact alignment? Like if I wanted to lie to you, could I do that?
You would never lie to a paladin. Come on. I have to defer to my my attorney of paladin law.
Well, I know you
Uh,
can detect evil.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know chaotic or lawful, but you would know if she was evil or not.
I'm just fucking with you. She's evil, definitely
Alright.
evil.
I
But
thought
when
maybe she was our captive here.
when she sees you, she moves forward to the first set of bars, and you can see her sort of like human-like, but also sort of bird-like arms going to kind of grasp around it, and then she's like, "Paladin, Paladin, are you a paladin of Iomade? Come forth, please. Talk to me."
I'm good over here now. Do but I assume I have no recollection or knowledge of what she is, right? Some sort of.
No, you've never seen a creature like this before. No, none of you have, as far as you know. Ferrado and Lothar, give me a Lothar. Give me, if you have so Ferrado and Lothar, give me a knowledge nature if you have one.
Do that.
Flash art, ask her if she's a prisoner.
I will. I'll wait for them to make their rolls first. But
You definitely detect that she is evil. All right, Farina, that's your knowledge nature and 24. All right, so both of you recognize. So recognition. That's is it even a word? Is it even a word at this point?
Is at this point.
Give a blibbity bub a bub.
he's got one foot in head.
You guys recognize that this creature looks very familiar to you, although immensely large, powerful, and somewhat twisted. You realize that both of you realize at the same time is that what you're looking at is, well, something that you think might have once been, or is at least descended from, a phoenix. A glorious bird that of pure good, definitely not evil. This creature exhibits many of the physical characteristics of a phoenix, but also as I think Flashart pointed out, exhibits evil and is much larger than any phoenix you ever saw. A phoenix itself, and Lothar, you know about birds, right? You're familiar with birds, and you have seen phoenixes. Phoenixes are large birds, but they're not this size. This creature is 20 feet across almost. It's an enormous beast.
All right. I'll be polite to him. My lady, or my lady bird, are you incarcerated here?
I am. You can see what they've done to me, what Aponivicius has done to me. Release me, and I promise you I will bring you no harm. I have no wish to die in the conflagration that is to come. And she sort of brings up this one wing and points at the bombs. I have no wish to die in their conflagration, and I know that Aponivicius wishes me to do so. She's kept me here as a pet to torture and provide her with entertainment. If you were to release me, I would owe you my life and more, and I would make good on that debt, I promise you.
Well, my conscience, my Jiminy Cricket over here tells me I can't make any more demons.
She's not a demon. She's not a demon.
All right.
Perhaps
but-
if you took your friend Lothar and put him in a closet somewhere on the other side of the portal, we would be able to talk in peace and determine what would be the most appropriate recompense.
You are no phoenix. What are you?
Oh, I am indeed. My name is Paralysia, the Rain of Embers I have been called, and I am of the Phoenix blood, but I am unique. I was created by creatures that have no name. I was a lady in my plane. I ruled over a land that extended beyond any mortal eye, but I was captured by Aponivicius and brought here for torture. My only desire is for escape and to go back to my own land, I promise you. Paladin, were you to let me go like you hoped to do for that woman in that prison, you would have
Mind reader.
my eternal enmity. I would owe you my life.
What can you tell us about this complex?
What complex? It is a small place. It is where Aponivicius lives. It is her home.
Where can we
And-
find her?
That I don't know. I've lived my entire life here behind these two sets of bars. But I always know that she prefers to leave via the double doors over here.
Why don't you sit tight for now?
Paladin, I want you to give me your word that you will come and release me.
I'm gonna side eye Lothar over here.
Fuck.
Oh,
I have
not
a
again.
so I can always see like flash art going in here going, look, I got a book and I don't really like to
Getting
write it,
heavier every
but it's
time.
getting heavier every time I do something like this.
You want a lot of.
So Gatto, yes. The answer is yes.
Okay.
For both.
No, I just failed my sense motive check. And actually,
Uh,
you don't
Who are you
fumble
sensing motive on
on her. And
Mine are
sense motive,
always,
since ones aren't automatically failures on skill checks, sense motive is still 20.
it's hard to tell. You obviously, as a man of goodness, a man of who has done much to forward the fight against evil, against so many creatures, you are obviously dubious on that sort of. I mean, you look at this creature and she's obviously pitiful, and the story that she tells, the idea of having been captured in the and put in this place. I mean, you can see that she's like standing over next to a big pile of bones and melted metal and that kind of stuff. She's obviously living in ignoble circumstances. So and you do recognize that this is a creature that would otherwise be a very capable creature, a powerful creature, a lord or a countess among her people. So what she's saying seems to ring true. She's saying basically, I was a queen among my people, but I was captured by Aponivicius. So I was put in here so that she could torture me. If you release me, you will have my word that I will not attack you.
Who are her people? She said
not a
she
piece
was
of plane, right?
she said she was unique.
She is. Well, she was also a queen. She's like I was lady queen over the land of phoenixes and fire elementals and creatures of the lava and creatures of the tornado, the flaming tornado. I ruled over a land of ashes. I ruled over a land of basalt and lava. That was my queendom, and I wish for nothing but to return there and take up my former post.
Do you have any
I-
enchantments on her, Les?
Can you see that normally?
Yep.
She does not have any enchantments on her, but there are enchantments as you sort of like look through there. There are definitely enchantments on the bars. The
Side note-
bars.
Go
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
No, the bars look like they so the bars themselves, the two sets of portcullis bars that are sort of keeping her from you basically look very normal, like sort of a little bit rusty, thick iron bars. You know, the individual bars themselves are probably 6 to 8 inches thick and so you're sort of like talking through this weird, and there's this weird sort of echoing that goes on there. But yeah, they seem strong. As you look at them, they also seem to have protective wards on them. Definitely she's being kept inside.
Side note, if Les ever starts an RPG for wrestling, my luchador name's gonna be Flaming Tornado.
Welcome to the welcome to the game.
Hmm.
Your friend and mine, the tornado of flaming tornado.
From the third rung.
He's got a chair. He's got a folding chair.
Okay, that'll be the next B team, guys. The next A team is gonna be a wrestling RPG.
All
We're
right,
gonna
so
use
Bardos,
Gertrude.
yeah, you
Sure
can
they
see
have
that
it.
there are ensorcelments on the bars, but not on her.
Hey, Les,
Yeah.
if I got the tech magic going, are there any
Uh-huh.
coming from these 2 statues here? Like they're animated or anything like that?
Detect magic. They do emanate a certain amount of magic. If you take the time to determine the type,
Yeah,
hold on a second. Let me get you that.
I'm gonna pass that on to everyone that. Those statues might be a trap or might be,
Yeah, she's expected to die in this conflagration. If now something feels like a trap, doesn't it?
Just seems like she's so
Uh,
powerful to be held back by those little bars. Weird.
True.
Hold on, this is giving me a problem
Queen of
here.
magma, could she not just melt those bars?
Yeah, dude.
Well, the bars seem to be of thick steel, and they do seem to be damaged a little bit, mostly like rust and scarring of certain kinds. So maybe she's tried. They're thick, though. I mean, you're talking about 6 to 8 inch individual bars that are boom, 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 that kind of thing. Somebody went to a lot of trouble to keep her here.
Why here too? That's an odd spot.
All right.
Great, Jennifer.
So it is okay. So you do detect some magic coming from those statues up there. It's relatively powerful from your point of view, and it's transmutative magic.
is that what would be required to make them animate?
Well, yeah, theoretically, from your point of view, yeah, transmutation, that kind of thing. That's the magic of golems,
Changing
constructs.
things.
Yeah, changing things from one thing to another. Yeah, I mean,
So I'm
Yeah.
just calling that out to people that those 2 things might become very dangerous if we do something.
They're snakes, aren't they snakes? Snakes wrapped? No, those are.
The pillars look like snakes.
the pillars look like snakes. The walls are plain, and there's just a couple of statues up in the top there.
What are the statues?
And that's what he was talking about with the statues.
What are the statues?
Are the pillars magical?
No, the pillars are not magical.
What are the statues of?
They look like
I think that's what Jen was saying.
they look like sort of well,
If
you're
he
not-
says this and shows us a picture, that means they're going to animate.
well, they look no.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I wouldn't. Sure, I'm glad I didn't do that. No, they're statues of insect creatures. But like a lot of the insect creatures that you've seen lately, they seem to be amalgams of different kinds of insects. These look like a cicada or grasshopper combined with some sort of humanoid creature, and they're just standing there. So they're like 8-legged. They have a weapon in their hand. It's almost like if you took a centaur and instead of the horse part, you had a cockroach part.
A
Ew.
roach tar.
A roach tar, yeah. but
I'm
they
gonna
do
start
radiate.
examining the detonators.
Okay, so you're gonna go over the detonators. All right, so yeah, you recognize these are the same sort of detonators that you saw before. These have the so the detonator that you saw before that you extracted from the one bomb had a certain level of attachments and sort of little breakage and things that you had to destroy. These are brand new, and you can see that they are very easily attached to the bombs. You could attach one detonator to a bomb within about 2 rounds. So about 10 seconds to take you to attach.
Okay.
Basically, you plug it in, you turn the wheel, and it is on a timer to ready to explode. You can see that the timers themselves are written in abyssal, and they go from 10 seconds to 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee. You guys think about yourselves.
Are we calling
Great
it?
time,
Bruce?
aren't we? I think we're
Yeah, it's time. Well, Les is
We're
already
calling
done.
it for the night. Yeah.
Les's bladder called it 2 seconds early.
I know.
We should be funny and all log off. So when he comes back, nobody's.
That would be kind of funny. Just all right, good night in the chat and then head out.
Yeah.
Glad I was able to call in.
Yes. Especially since
Yes,
you
thank
crushed
you,
up.
Matt.
So cruise ship, airplane, business trip. I gotta find somewhere more exotic next time to call from.
We're waiting for a space shuttle. We
Yeah,
can-
space shuttle. See if I can-
We used to give out like bonus XP for calling in from places. You're not getting nothing.
You're
now, Matt.
right. Where's my bonus?
Well,
XP?
because it's too normal for him now.
Yeah.
Maybe, next one I could do like a submarine or something, see if I can get.
There you go.
Tried checking in from Mexico. That doesn't work either. So let that one go.
Okay. Les, it's
There he
time.
is.
Yeah.
11
What?
o'clock, friend.
It's
Oh,
Eddie-
God damn it.
It's midnight.
I'm going to be glad when we all retire, which means we can just go all night with these games because I have so much material ready to go.
Only problem is, Les will be old and too tired to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Les,
Probably.
Oh,
We'll be
he
like,
started
really
2 in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Maybe
Fall-
6 in the afternoon after our
falling
nap.
asleep.
we have to find the same retirement home to hang out in.
I still like Gordon's idea of having like space camp only for dungeon people. So and so it was like Gordon had this idea. It was like we should buy a hotel or a rest home, and that will be Dungeons and Dragons rest home. And I thought, you know what, that's a great idea. And then Mike Dowd came up with the idea of like, I'm buying a campsite, a campground.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have that, and it had a lounge and shit in it. And I was like, we could have people stay in the hotel, or they could stay in the campground. We could, in the cabins. We could have, battles on the lake with canoes and shit like that. I mean, it would be perfect.
You can wake up, get dressed for work, and be wearing a cloak every day.
Exactly. Honestly, if it weren't for the barriers of time and money, this would totally be happening.
Insurance coverage fees to cover that place would be extraordinary.
Oh no, there won't be any insurance. We'll just have people sign a waiver. Doesn't that invalidate all that liability? I surely hope so.
Or like that show, Yellowstone, where they just have like a gully they just roll bodies into once in a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'll be our.
So we need a body gully.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I guess we'll stop here as you guys sort of explore this room. We will. I think. Well, we've got maybe a while for a team, maybe 3-4 weeks. But when we come back, we will start here, and it'll be great. And so let's just like we talked about before, as we wrap up a team, what's going to probably happen, and everything that I've gotten, all the feedback I've gotten from people is that what we're going to do is, rather than start a brand new campaign like we have done in the past, that we're going to go to 2 weeks of B team per month. Let me know if that's what you guys want to do. We may have to open up B team to some people so that they can game once, more than once a month, but we'll see.
Yeah, three of us on this call were not in B team. I said I would join if there was room. Yeah.
So we'll
We'll
sort it out.
discuss that later.
All right, and those of you who are here in town, Gordon mentioned earlier, but Gordon and Jennifer are having a bonfire on the 20th. Dan, if you get laid off and you want to just road trip up here for it, it's always a good time.
That'll be the first thing I do.
West,
First thing I
swing
do.
west and grab Chuck because he can work mobile.
There you
There we
go. So that's going to be fun, and I will send that out to everybody.
Do I get bonus
next week.
XP if I show up at that one?
Yes.
Oh, I think you
Yes.
should.
I'll tell you what. You show up to Gordon and Jennifer's bonfire on the 20th. You get an extra level.
Wow.
What happens if I show up?
Yeah, you lose a
Nothing.
level.
It's your house. You get the same levels.
There's incentive, Dan.
If I show up, I get an extra level. That's what I'm going to add it to all my NPCs. But yeah, no, I think we got a lot of cool things going on. And we're coming into convention season. I don't know those of you who are going to Gen Con this year, which I don't think Don and I are there, but the catalog opened this morning. Very interesting stuff. I've got a long laundry list of games I want to play when we go to Gen Con. But DICON is coming up in 3 weeks. For those of you who are local, if you want to check it out, I'm running 4 games. Don's going to be making martinis for people, I think, hopefully me. And then Archon in the fall. So lots going on this summer. It's going to be great. And we haven't set a date for the D&D pool party, but I will get back to you ASAP on that. It's probably going to be mid to late July, somewhere in there.
Yes.
Is that the pool party where you wear your +4 jorts?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we have. So there was one year where everybody let me win the cannonball contest, which I very much appreciated. Because frankly, with Doug and Don on that contest,
Yeah.
it's a stretch for me to win that thing. But the voting was in, so
You're gonna pull it off.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that win and
Take the
put
win
up
and go. Yep.
I'm gonna take the win and go. But
Okay.
all right, guys, I'll let you
night,
guys get have a great week, and
Yes.
we will talk soon.
Hang on, Les. Second.
Okay, I'll stay on.
See you guys.
Bye, Al.
Bye.
Later,
Gordo,
taters.
thank you, Gordo. I was just gonna let you know, Les, that we are out 5 through 16 in July.
All right, hold on. Let me do this.